Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another video. We're back with another TikTok reaction. You already know we're gonna keep these videos coming. Alright. I've been seeing the support. I appreciate it, man. You guys keep commenting. Whatever you guys think about the videos, let me know in the comments. I appreciate that. You leave a comment. So, and I also be reading the comments. I don't read them all, but I get to the comments. Alright, so go ahead and leave you a comment. Make sure you guys subscribe with the post notification bell on so you get notified right away once I post a video. Alright, but with all that being said, we do have a lot of good clips to get to, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Their car, and it's really scary. These people were on vacation in a country where there are elephants, and as luck would have it, they came across one on their way. The elephant slowly approached the car. The animal stayed close to the vehicle for quite a while, observing it. Until it got fed up and crashed into their windshield.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo, get out the car,
Fortunately,
man.
the car's passengers survived, and this tourist was attacked by a group of monkeys. What would you have done in this situation? Monkeys may look cute, but in the wild, they can sometimes be cruel.
I see now.
This elephant is going to break their car, and it's really scary. These people were on vacation in a country where there are elephants.
Damn. That was crazy. See, that's why I don't mess with the ocean. Nah, G. Nah, I'm good. I'm good off the ocean now. You gotta stay out the ocean, man. Stay out the ocean.
The girl had no way of getting home. So the fireman came. Meet the deadliest American sniper in history with 200. This woman has the best job in the world. Meet the deadliest American sniper in history with 255 confirmed kills and an $80,000 bounty on his head. Chris Kyle is the inspiration for the film American Sniper. He was a highly decorated Navy SEAL. Born on April 8, 1974 in Odessa, Texas, his passion for serving his mother's country led him to enlist in the Navy in 1999. His military career included 4 deployments to Iraq between 2003 and 2009. He earned a reputation as one of the deadliest snipers in American history, with 255 confirmed kills and many more unconfirmed, earning him the nickname, the Devil of Ramadi, among enemy insurgents. His role as a sniper, his incredible accuracy, patience, and marksmanship saved countless lives and turned the tide of many engagements. However, the war left a deep impression on him. The horrors of combat and the loss of friends and comrades had a considerable emotional impact. Tragically, on February 2, 2013, he and his friend Chad were shot and killed at a shooting range in Texas by a troubled veteran they were trying to help. Meet the deadliest American sniper in history. This woman has the best job in the world because every morning she drives around in her school bus and picks up the dogs to take them for a walk. It's really incredible.
Good morning, Bama.
That's really cool. Dogs sure can eat, man. They sure will eat anything.
This bear almost ate him.
Oh, nah. I don't mess with the bears, man. He don't care either.
Fortunately, the young man had the right reflexes to scream and fight back, because in the wild, a bear isn't used to its prey fighting back, and this group of photographers understood this very well.
Nah, why is he running at them like that?
In their case, they had no choice. The bear was coming right at them. In the wild, a bear will defend its territory. But in the United States, you can meet a bear in the middle of the city, and sometimes even in your own backyard. And I wonder how you'd react to bears in your swimming pool, or a little one-on-one encounter. Fortunately, this bear is fearful and will run away. But what if, on your way to bed, you came face to face with a bear in your bedroom? If I had to choose, I'd rather be killed by a predator. A fang in the back of the neck and then it's over. But a bear won't bother to kill you. The only thing it wants is to eat. This bear almost ate him.
Somebody said, why would you kick him in general, bro? Dude. We gonna have to fight it out, man, because I ain't going out like that. Nah, bro. You gonna have to kick something, punch, all of it. Feel me?
This biker is attacked by policemen in America while riding peacefully. Here's what happens next.
What the hell?
Okay, back up.
What?
Try to run?
He tries to turn off the camera to avoid being filmed.
You're cutting me off. I didn't do anything.
My lights.
My camera's on, dude. What the fuck?
Where's your plate? Where's your
the
plate?
heck?
Where's your plate? Hey, let me see your license, please.
I have the plate with me.
Why's your plate not displayed?
Dude, I don't have the mount for it. I just got the bike right now.
Man.
I can show you. I have
Okay,
the
show me the mount.
right here. It goes here. I don't have the mount for it, bro. Why'd you cut me off? I wasn't trying to run.
Well, it looks like it to me. But you didn't stop when I have my lights going, right? I tell you to stop multiple times. That's okay.
My bad, man.
Let me see your license. We'll figure it out.
Plus, I have my music on too.
He provides them all his documents.
You have your driver's license, my friend? Hey,
Holy.
pull around the corner here, okay?
Yeah.
Key back, huh?
Huh?
Wait, with the key back?
Yeah, bro.
Come on, let's go.
Man. You want me to pull over there?
Yeah, pull around the corner just so we don't get hit by a car. Why isn't it mounted?
I just bought the bike. And
How long have you had the bike for? Here, take this.
You can check it. I have the registration with me.
That's not the question was, right? Like, where's your plate? It's not mounted, right?
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying, yeah?
Yeah. But
And a few moments later, he was arrested. Such a bad cop.
Get in my car.
This biker
That's
is
so
attacked
whack,
by
man.
policemen in America.
That's so whack. Over a license plate, though. That's how you know we in the Matrix, bro. Over a license plate? Dude, that's crazy. That's sad. We are in hell. Literally. This is hell. There's no way, bro. That's sad. L cop, man. L cop.
He heard a knock on his front door and went to see who it was. What followed was terrifying.
Oh, what's up?
I just went down a rabbit hole.
He
Yeah, I
heard a
even
knock
skipped
on his
that.
front
You
door
wanted
and
to see
went
this.
who it was. What followed was terrifying. When he opened the door, no one was there.
That's fake. This gotta be
This
fake.
person was exploring an abandoned building and look what they filmed. It looks like a humanoid creature in the shape of a woman advancing straight towards him. What would you have done in this situation? And this guy, after hearing strange noises outside his house, went to check it out and, frankly, he shouldn't have.
I'm gonna come out here and have a look around, see if any of the neighborhood kids are messing around or anything. Let me get quiet here for a second.
He heard a knock on his front door and went to see who it was. What followed was terrifying.
See, I be thinking
I
videos
just
like
went
that
down
be
a rabbit
fake.
hole with this new movie, Leave the World Behind. And I don't think anyone's talking about this, but the color blue is literally in every single scene. I don't know if I'm going to ruin the thing for you. I haven't even finished this, by the way, because I keep falling asleep. But the one thing I
Same,
can see,
bruh.
and the only thing I can
I don't
focus
be
on
watching
is
it,
the
but
blue.
I be keep
The
falling
blue is in
asleep on
everything,
it.
whether it's their clothes or the wall or the house or the car. In every single scene or a filter with the blue, always blue. Everyone's wearing blue. There's always this blue, the very specific blue. And I was like, why is this why are they pounding this one color into your head? Where are they going with this? Even the color of the book is blue. So I'm like, okay, and the Obamas had a big hand in this, right? That's about common knowledge, right? So the Obamas, so I researched Obama. He's wearing the blue. I was like, oh damn, how deep does this blue rabbit hole go, right? Who's blue? Democrats. Was he a Democrat? Oh look, he was Democrat. Who also is a Democrat? Democrats running blue. He's wearing the blue. Let's go a little bit deeper. Blue on this website too for the White House, and blue Democrats. Those are the blue people. So if the whole point of this movie is to program you with blue, 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 and look at all the blue guys, it's pointing at something, isn't it? Like, are they trying to say, are they trying to make you vote like that? They're gonna see comfort and order, and because I kind of look more into blue, and I don't want to go too deep into things, but you can always take a look at what I found there and about the color blue. Trust, confidence, authority. I don't know, guys. I went too deep down this rabbit hole, but let me know what you think. Okay, I
You
just
might be
went
on
down
to
the rabbit
something. I
hole
don't
with
know,
the school
man.
movie Leave the World
Somebody said Blue's Clues. Like, get out of here, bro. They be trolling in the comments. When I see stuff like that, bro, it just automatically just make me not want to eat at all. Then he gonna try to design it. Don't try to design it, man. Don't do that. That is so disgusting. How is it moving like that, man? That's nasty. That's actually nasty. Let's be for real. Are you eating that? Are you eating that? That doesn't make you don't want to eat it at all. Nobody's eating that, bro. You might as well throw that in the garbage, my boy. Yeah, that's crazy. It's really moving around like it's got its own little consciousness. Insane. That is nasty. Something nasty to witness.
Originated over in Egypt. Just sit tight, I'm gonna break the story down for y'all. There was a time when Amun-Ra was the pharaoh of Egypt. The people of Egypt would stop respecting him and obeying his laws. Even though Amun-Ra was the pharaoh, he felt that he lost his power. Now Ra had a daughter named Sekhmet. She is the most fierce out of all of the goddesses. She was half human and half lion. Ra would then send his daughter out to hunt down anybody who didn't respect him. She had one order: to kill anybody who didn't respect her father. Now it was a lot of people that didn't like her father, so she had to take out whole armies. And out of all the goddesses, she was the only one that could get the job done. Throughout these bloody wars, Sekhmet would be good. After destroying her victims, she would drink their blood, and this became an addiction to her. And this is why she is known as the god of war. Even your wild lions, they are carnivores. No one could stop her, and she was one of the most powerful goddesses. Even though Ra sent his daughter on the killing spree, he knew he had to put an end to this. He would meet up with his daughter one day. He would give her a drink, and she would think this is blood. But in fact, this is a potion mixed up with herbs to make her drunk. Sekhmet would fall into a deep sleep and wake up and forget everything that she have done. Sekhmet would feel ill, and she would venture out to find her some plants to make some medicine. She would heal herself. Now Sekhmet used to be the god of war. Now she is the god of healing. Now all your vampire families, they pay great homage to Sekhmet. These people claim to be from the same bloodline as the lion goddess. Peace and Ashe. Hope y'all like the lecture. A lot of us are unaware.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What is she using? Her hand? Let's send this video harder. That's crazy. See, I think videos like this would be fake. Like, how? How do you just go poof? Alright, I'm just going to skip. I don't even know what I'm looking at this
Going
point.
back down another rabbit hole with Leave the World Behind, and also this
No,
movie, which
I already seen this, but I'm tired of seeing Leave the World Behind, man. Tired of seeing that.
Coming, and For Real is here to let us know to get ready for it.
I think we should all be prepared for just getting our business in order. I think we should be galvanizing. We should be sharing the codes amongst each other. And we should be supporting each other's businesses. Yeah.
Facts. 100.
And that way it doesn't matter who's in office. We'll have our own buildings.
Right.
Now, I truly believe he knows more than he's letting off, and he's just trying to be covert about it. He don't want to let off too much information because he's being watched.
Right.
But he's saying we need to start supporting each other businesses because we already know about this financial crash that's coming down, right, y'all? It's going back to the good olden days. And here is another celebrity with a confirmation of it. Not just any celebrity, someone we don't even really hear about, honestly. So when For Real speak, things must be getting for real out here. You know what I'm saying? This shit must be getting for real out here. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Obviously, we need to get ready for a change that's coming. We can feel it. We know something big is coming. So y'all better get ready.
Definitely gotta get ready, man.
This video down in the comments below.
Definitely gotta get ready, man. You gotta stay prepared, man, so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man. Cause you never know what the year might bring. You never know.
Gravity Falls is back. The creator of Gravity Falls just recently announced that he's dropping a Bill Cipher book. Look at this tweet. Amongst all laws of physics, logic, and good taste, Bill Cipher has somehow managed to write a book. This can't be good. The book of Bill Cipher invades bookstores this July. Like, this cannot be the end. I feel like since he's releasing this book, this has to be a sign that there's actually potential of a season 2. Bill did say he was coming back, and it looks like he wasn't lying. Recently, the Twitter account, or X account, I guess, for Gravity Falls, they spent years on not posting anything, and recently they've been posting a whole bunch of pictures of things that look strangely familiar to Bill Cipher, which is honestly pretty weird. And then they announced the book that's coming out.
Gravity Falls, it is good to be back!
I honestly have no idea what's inside this book. I think it's a book about Bill's perspective of life and all the knowledge he learned or something. I have no idea. But I knew there was no way he actually got clapped for good. Like, I knew somehow he was going to come back. So hopefully this actually means there'll be another season of Gravity Falls. I'm really hoping. Everyone keep their fingers crossed in the comments. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys want to see a season 2 of Gravity Falls?
Information is harder to find than you think. It's secret codes. Like even when Jay-Z gave a little bit of codes on 444, there's people I know that tweeted or were texting each other like, he's giving codes away. He's giving information. Information is harder to find than you.
What is this interview? Oh, yeah.
So some of y'all been wondering how some of the grays look when they integrate with AI. Remember Borg from Star Trek? I'm going to show you this video. This is exactly how some of the grays look. Some of the suits they wear when they come down, they look just like this. Y'all remember Iron Man? Just watch. Although this is jokes.
What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter? What? An irrelevant.
That's how they look. Wow.
How does the moon cut his hair?
Eclipse
Eclipse it.
it?
I was addicted around.
Now, you see those, right? That's how some of those grays look. When you integrate with AI and you take out your spirituality, that's how you gonna look. So some of y'all been wondering how some of the grays look when they integrate.
I don't know how I feel about this John
Was that AR? I think that was AR.
Major case, cause some ain't cleaned the buttermilk for me. Now, John Majors, he's been in this case for the longest with his ex-girlfriend. She's been suing him or accusing him of domestic violence. Now, I really didn't take much time to dive deep into the case, cause I just assumed the boy was gonna be found not guilty. I was like, this is gonna be something that's gonna blow over. Until that man was actually found guilty, and I was like, dang, what you do? So I went and I looked at the case and I went down a whole rabbit hole. But I'm like, how is he guilty? Because when I look at that surveillance video of what happened that night, Jonathan is on camera just running. That man is running and Grace is running after him. Now, mind you, he had just got a text from another girl saying, I want to see you or I want to kiss on you, stuff like that. But you would have thought they was doing a 4x4 at the Olympics. They was running all over New York. Now, before that, he tried to get his phone back, but she was like, oh, during the altercation, he roughed her up. The back of her ear was cut and her finger was swelled. But no, after they got done sprinting like they was in PE, she is out at the club. She was talking to the people there. She was just fine at the bar using the hand that she said was broken. She was fine at the little outing. Like, girl was having the time of her life. Now, this is the kicker. Because apparently he texted her and was like he want to break up with her. But she went back to his place. She got on the elevator and called that man like 32 times. And he called the police. He was like, look, y'all didn't come get her. She in my place. But that's when she was allegedly found in his bedroom, quote unquote overdose. Like, he thought she was overdosing. So it's like you got this woman who's emotional in his closet. I feel like when all of that is brought up, it really should have been a thing of like, okay, what are we talking about? Throw this case out. We could say, yeah, he's guilty of infidelity. It should have been nothing more, nothing less. But that girl right there, that girl was scorned, and it's nothing like a woman scorned. Especially, it's nothing like a woman scorned, because she knew exactly what cards to play to feed doubt in the public. They were a toxic couple. Let's put it like that. He's not innocent. He didn't have his moments. His temper got the best of him. He do a candle with her. He's on text message apologized for previous acts. On audio talking about some carry yourself like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. So to a certain extent, he's not 100% innocent, but it was a toxic relationship. But her defense team was able to pull that helpless girl act, and it's a big straw man and pull that narrative, and that's why he guilty. That's why I always say you have to be careful who you lay down with, because now he done lost everything, and she about to come up, even though in some parts she was just as guilty. Just be careful. I don't know how I feel about this John Major case, because some ain't cleaned the buttermilk for me.
One of my followers said if the internet went away tomorrow, they wouldn't miss it. Yeah, a lot of you just think the internet is streaming and social media, but you're sadly mistaken. Your life would be a living hell. You know airports need the internet to run? That means no traveling for you. Power plants too, so that means no electricity. Now look, power plants are rarely connected to the internet, but the main power grid uses the internet to coordinate and maintain power plants. How are you gonna charge the phone you're watching this on? Factories would shut down because they need electricity. There would be a shortage of at-home items and supplies you need every day. Oh, and if you're sick, hospitals and doctors' offices wouldn't be able to run without internet. I mean, they probably wouldn't be working.
Wow.
You know why? Because they wouldn't be getting paid. Banks need internet to run. So you know the rest of the country couldn't get their money. And you know what happens when people can't get their money? They get very angry. Riots would ensue. People would start stealing. You think Pampers missing during COVID was bad? Everything you know in a store would be gone. Oh, and cops wouldn't stop them because cops would be home taking care of their family because they're no longer getting paid either. That's when people would realize it's a free-for-all and they can steal from each other. It would be pure chaos. Oh, and you say you could just drive far away, right? With what gas? Gas stations need power and the internet to run. So you can just sit your butt home. What I'm saying is we rely on the internet so much that without it, this would be the purge. Society would collapse. Oh, and just wait until other countries find out we have no internet or no resources. So I don't think you want the internet going away anytime soon.
Yeah, without the internet, man, we're done for. Not even cop. That's everything is used with the internet nowadays. Gotta keep the internet, nah, for sure.
1990 versus 2023 pit stop difference.
Dang, got out of there. Slow down, my boy. What am I watching right now? I don't know what I'm watching.
One of the biggest mistakes you can make is ignoring this message this holiday season, because the FBI and DHS has warned threats to public safety during this holiday season, and we are fast approaching Christmas and New Year's, so I want you guys to protect yourself this holiday season. They're advising you to stay away from large public gatherings, parades, things like that. So that's probably a great idea. You can check it out on Google. This has been verified from lots of different news sources. And it's probably because that we're supporting nonstop war in the Western world right now. And these are the repercussions of constantly supporting war and sending billions and billions away to hurt other people that causes reactions. So one of the things we can do to prevent this in the future is to end all the wars. That would be a great start, guys. Other than that, please protect yourself this holiday season. Share it with a friend and family. Maybe bookmark this. Let's hope things don't get that way. But I do feel like something to do with Santa. Like I mentioned before, if anything's going to happen, there's some kind of Santa issue. I don't know.
Yeah, they go with the BS, man. You know?
Ignoring this message.
Yeah, they go with the BS. You don't know what they trying to bring 2024. And you know, 2025 is when the world really supposed to end. So, you know they're going to pull some BS in 2024. You already know. Man. I'll just say stay low, man. Stack your bread up. That's all I say.
So there's actually a reason why the food you've been eating tastes worse. Or you've maybe not been able to put your finger on it. It feels like something's missing. Well, it turns out it's not just in your head. You might be the victim of skimpflation. And you can think of skimpflation as the cousin of shrinkflation, which we've talked about in other videos. Because that's when companies quietly make their products slightly smaller instead of raising prices. And so what we're seeing with skimpflation are companies hiding inflation by quietly substituting their usual ingredients for cheaper, shittier ones. But I'm kind of just hoping you won't notice, or it's not going to suck so much that you switch. So the reason that a lot of chocolates today have this like waxy and artificial texture is because confectioners have actually replaced cocoa butter with palm oil and sunflower oil. Or if maybe Breyer's ice cream, it doesn't taste the same as like when you were a kid. It's not just because you damaged your taste buds biting into that pizza that you knew was too hot, but rather because Breyer's reduced their dairy fat in 2013. In fact, they cut out so much it could no longer be legally considered ice cream, instead having to rebrand as a frozen dairy dessert. And these are just two examples. The list goes on and on. But follow to stay in the loop. So there's actually a reason why.
Wow. That's how you know they run out of resources too.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Amanda. So it's just been reported, this is breaking news, that a federal judge has ordered for the list of 100 redacted names involved in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal to be released. Let's get into it. Now it says, according to reports, that a federal judge in New York has ordered the unsealing of dozens of documents naming people linked to the disgraced financier and SEX trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The documents are expected to identify more than 180 people, including associates, victims, investigators, and journalists who covered the case. Some of the names will remain under seal, including those belonging to minor victims who never spoke publicly about the case, and a person who the judge said was wrongly identified as an alleged perpetrator by a reporter. This is all so shocking, including nefarious. Please pay attention. I can guarantee that some people are shaking in their boots at this point. Now, mind you, when I say clearly nefarious, I don't mean that them exposing the list is nefarious. I simply mean that those people, the 180 names that are on the list, well, they're likely nefarious. Please pay attention. But one woman has asked the court not to release her name, arguing that it could put her at risk for physical harm. Now, U.S. District Court Judge Loretta Preska outlined the reasoning in a 51-page order on Monday. The order comes as part of a 2015 lawsuit between Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre and his former lover and accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, the case was settled in 2017, but the judge indicated in hearings in 2021 and 22 that the names would not remain sealed indefinitely. Giuffre has alleged that Epstein and Maxwell trafficked her when she was 17 years old. She's now in her 30s. Some of the names have been withheld in some documents, but belong to people who have either spoken publicly about their connections to Epstein, and they have already been identified in other court documents or were identified in Maxwell's trial. Other documents already unsealed in the case include portions of the 2016 deposition of Ronaldo Rizzo, a former private chef for the hedge fund manager Glenn Dubin, who claimed Epstein and Maxwell came over with a disoriented 15-year-old Swedish girl. Epstein died in Manhattan in a jail cell in 2019. his death was ruled self-inflicted. Federal investigators upheld the designation in a 128-page report released in June. I mistakenly said at the beginning of this video that it was 100 names, but no, it is in fact, as I said later, 180 names. This is about to get real interesting, people, so brace yourselves for impact. At the end of the day, there is nothing hidden that shall remain hidden. And the truth is coming out all around us. Please pay attention.
The truth is definitely coming out, but I wouldn't even say this is a distraction, man, because, you know, they have to give us the truth, you know? This is what they do. They feel like, okay, if we give them the truth in plain sight, then we didn't do anything wrong. That's how they play it. That's exactly how they play us, bro. And we got to stop falling for that, because they are in the wrong. They are very in the wrong. Who knows? This could be just a distraction, you know? Maybe he's not even dead. Cause it really feel like he's not even dead, right? Come on, bro. We can all agree. We don't even feel like bro is really dead. They said he whatever. I'm not gonna speak too much because you know how you too good, but y'all get what I'm trying to go say. Next. See the next one now.
So when some shit pop off in China, just be bro, China, everything comes from them.
That's a fact.
I told y'all this. The whole
China.
fucking world sitting at one big table. All these world leaders is sitting at one big table running this fuck. Bro, we in the Matrix, my nigga. We in the Matrix. Y'all gotta understand, these motherfuckers are sitting at one big table. These fucking world leading pedophiles is sitting at one big table, organizing everything you see happening right now. So let me tell you how they knocked off two birds with one stone.
In China.
So I already told y'all the 5G shit was coming, right? So now they covering up the real shit from 5G. Y'all got to understand, 5G, let me give you an example. 5G, these new phones, this new higher advanced hologram technology, these PlayStation 5s that's about to come out, these fucking PlayStation, these Xbox, these new Xbox systems that's about to come out. God damn, did somebody just crash? All of this shit, you need 5G with it. 5G is like the frequency, the waves. We can't take that shit. It's like microwave. It's like when you put food in a microwave. What happened? You cooking the fuck out of that shit. That's the shit that happens when 5G towers is in your area. Right? In order for them to drop.
I got a question. Like, I know so Illuminati was on that spiritual stuff, but he don't want to do that no more though. Like, for real, you really don't. I want to know, like, where was he getting his information from? Like, can he be an agent? I don't know. I'm just questioning. Because, like, when you look back, bro, what was he getting his information from at the time? Oh, he was just tapped in like that. You know what I'm saying? He probably was doing his research. Nah, he was doing his research. That's what I think. He was doing his research.
Drop all this high advanced shit. I guarantee you, they gonna have some fucking Apple glasses dropping soon. They gonna start having the glasses. I'm telling y'all.
They sure do.
Bro,
Metaverse.
I'm telling y'all it's coming. Now that they got
Metaverse.
5G, they can start toying around with this high advanced technology shit. Remember I told y'all to start being in 2020, start expecting shit that you never seen before in your life. Start expecting shit like you gonna start to see shit like you seen on movies. Remember I told y'all that? That time is now. They putting the agenda in now. So 5G, bro, listen. And they don't even like people talking about 5G. If you talk about 5G, bro, they'll try to take your whole channel down. If you mention something about 5G or flat earth, they always like try to take the vid down. Literally. Why? I don't know. But listen, let me tell y'all. So they gonna plant all these 5G towers everywhere. Y'all see that light pole right there? It's gonna be some 5G shit on there. These cell phone towers, this 5G shit is the same shit that they used to use in the war, bro. They used to use that shit against enemies. The 5G frequencies, the waves. They used to use that shit against the ops, bro. This shit is gonna be all in our neighborhoods, all around the schools, everywhere. They covering that real shit up and calling it a coronavirus. Do y'all get what I'm saying? The coronavirus is really 5G. The stuff that's happening to people, all these health effects, slow breaths, fucking flu-like symptoms, that's 5G. 5G is doing that. Soon that shit is gonna be in all of our neighborhoods.
Alright, I'm gonna skip it because we already know about all that vaccine stuff, man. Let's get
There's
that.
people walking around out here that are soulless avatars simply operating on matrix programming. They're living, but they're not alive. And they're all around us. They're all over the place. People that have never woken up to who they truly actually are. They simply are operating on the code that they've been programmed and given since they were born, since they were even in the womb and at gestation. The same code, just running on programming.
So true.
Never exceeding the programming, never reprogramming
Sad.
the programming, never editing it, never hacking themselves.
Nope.
Just running on the pure code
Mm-hmm.
and living a complete lie, believing that they're alive, but they're not.
Sad, honest truth, man.
I hope y'all pay attention here. I hope y'all, if you're able to wrap your mind around what I'm talking about tonight, if you can wrap your mind around this, let me see you in the chat. Let me see you guys in the chat. Let me make sure you guys are still paying attention. You guys ain't sleeping out there. This is deep stuff, man. This is some real deep stuff.
Kako lijep oblak, prijetiš. Oblak došao na zemlju, što reći.
What I'm looking at. Oh, I didn't do that. Why does it keep? Yeah, I just want to mute that. So. No way, that's the sound coming from the car, right? That's the sound coming from the car. That's insane. Definitely in the end times, man.
Revealed how they're going to take over the world. Well, not
for
literally.
sure.
They just recently announced their invisibility cloak, but these aren't new, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Led by this physicist named Chu, who claimed they're going to use it on people as well as weapons, with aircraft undergoing testing using this technology, which even they claim they currently have no way of detecting something that's cloaked, as it also blocks heat, so even thermal cameras can't spot anything using it. The screen uses special light-bending material so that any light passing through it gets refracted by the background, and anything positioned close enough to the screen becomes invisible. But this technology has actually been around for quite a while, also known as quantum stealth. These shields are made up of a bunch of tiny clear cylinders called lenticular lenses, and when light passes through a cylinder, it converges into a single point like this, smearing any object between the screen and that single point so much that it basically turns invisible. Anything beyond that point of refraction becomes horizontally reversed, which is why everything is so blurry when looking through it. But then again, this is just a technology available to the public. Does China or our military have something way more advanced up its sleeve? China has revealed how they're going to take over the world. Well, not literally. They just recently announced.
Jesus said,
I only pray. That I heard, which, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed. And I ended up putting it in the book anyway. The story was that this guy, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you know, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
Wow.
Buddha, ikitu ni mind blowing, ikitu ni nare, ikitu ni fire. Nalienda.
That time is definitely coming. Get to the point we can regenerate like X-Men. That's hard. That's crazy too. They put the stuff in the movies, man, and people still don't think superheroes is real. Hey, man, you're gonna see eventually. Once you get the going outside, you see people flying around, then you're gonna be alright, okay. What my superpower was that? You know what I'm saying?
Why do you believe the Bible advises against the consumption of pork?
I believe that the Bible advises us not to eat or consume.
Alright. If I'm skipping some of these clips, it's just repetitive and I've seen it already, and I really don't want to keep reacting to the same clips. And I know most of the people that be watching my videos already seen these clips already. I'm not gonna lie. Especially it's Illuminati. That's so old.
Don't know, but it's not possible.
Cover it. Cover it.
Who does Leo think he is?
You're going to notice all over Twitter, people are starting to price their products for 80, for 62, because 6 and 2 is 8, for 53, because 5 and 3 is 8. That's a movement I started my own influence, because when you price products in 8s, that's going to attract money. So what you guys need to do is start selling your shirts, start selling all your advertised that adds up in 8s, whether it be 35, because 3 and 5 is 8, or 80. That's how you do it. You're going to notice all over Twitter, people.
Indigo children. It doesn't mean they have to be children, okay? It's just that that's when they start becoming noticed. But they grow up and even become parents of other indigos, some of them. You know. We're just learning all about that from the Inner Crystals Law of One, about what really is an indigo, because there's a lot of distortions in the world about what is an indigo. And not part of the New Age dialogue, but a dialogue that talks about them from being a much different DNA, a much different level of consciousness and spirit and energy. In one lifetime, we're awakening, trying to awaken and try to develop our understanding and our wisdom and try to find out what our mission is so we can start helping others and help ourselves and help our planet. Because some people are actually, who are indigos, are meant to do grid work. That would mean actually going to certain locations on the planet. It's usually a group of people. And so you would have to organize yourself with other indigos and learn the techniques and practice them and then go out into into these locations and do them. Indigo children. So cool. It doesn't mean they have to be children. Okay? It's just...
You would think that's real. Look at them.
That's when they start.
Crazy.
It's weird to me when people find it strange when we call ourselves gods. What do you want me to be? You want me to be other than God? Anything other than its original form is the worst state of its own existence, because you're not even functioning within the nature that you was created to function in. You can't make me call myself devil-like because you think that it's a blasphemous act for me to say that I'm godly or I'm godlike or I'm made in the likeness of the Most High. That mentality is why I function this way, because I refuse to think that there is nothing that I can't do beyond man. It's weird to me when people find it strange when we call ourselves gods. What do you want me to be? You want me to be other than God?
The worst video on the dark web.
This
woman is worried about the behavior of her dog, which...
Hey, y'all, I cannot make this shit up, y'all. Look, here go the moon right here, y'all. They working overtime. They been doing this since 5 o'clock this morning, y'all. They working overtime to cover the sky up, y'all. There go the moon. And y'all look over here, he go the sun, y'all. And then if y'all look up in the sky, y'all see these planes, right? They kind of little, but y'all, it's been like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers out here, and they just been spraying the sky. Now, I've been watching this been going on for like 4 days, right? They've been covering up the, you know what I'm saying, sky. Y'all look at this shit right here. If y'all could see how the sky look right now, this is in Chicago. Look, they are working overtime. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. They've been doing this since 5 in the morning. Like I said, y'all, look at it. They working overtime to cover up the sky, y'all. See, if this don't tell y'all that something is coming, look at this shit. There go the moon, and there go the sun. And look, you see them. It's around about 4 or 5 of them out here in the sky. I've been watching them for 4 days in Chicago. Y'all, I can't make this up, y'all. Look how they just covering it up. And people not even paying attention.
Nah, not at all.
Hey, y'all, I cannot make this shit up, y'all. Look.
Do not be caring, boy. They too stuck in their own little world, so fuck it.
Everything is created twice. First in your mind, then in reality. That's why you'll never truly see an original painting. Because the original only exists in the mind of the painter. Vincent van Gogh once said, "I dream my painting and then I paint my dream." When you understand that your imagination is the only true reality that exists, and physical reality is simply the mirror of your inner world, you'll start consciously creating your...
I'd rather be crazy and know what's going on than act like I know what's going on and fit in with the crowd, and I'm really crazy because I don't know shit about what's going on. I'm not paying no attention to the shit. Whole lakes is drying up. That's not normal. You got lakes
really
right
not.
now on the West Coast. Lake Med is damn near gone, nigga. Whole lake drying up. In Montana, cars is melting. In
Cars is melting.
Listen, fuck.
Nah, I gotta see that.
You got people just dropping dead and dying right now.
Hold on. I actually gotta see that real quick. Hold on, y'all. Now that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Look at this. From the heat. Wow. That's no way that he did that. Nah, I don't think that he did that. Whoa. What? Nah, come on, dog. Come on, man. That's just no way that he did that. It never melted that, bro. That's gotta be Photoshop, like, bro. Nah, that's gotta be Photoshop, right? That almost look real, though. Yo, y'all tell me, what y'all think? Y'all think this is real? Now that's crazy. From the heat. Insane. I'm not gonna lie, that's insane. Alright, let's see what's going on right here.
Yo, I'm outside working out right now.
Whoa,
Tell me
what is that?
what this is. It's an orange light in the sky.
And it's moving too.
Not a plane, because it's not blinking. I'll zoom out a little bit. It's me and my dog. What the hell is that?
It's not the sun. It's dark outside. It's yo.
See the tail on it. What is
Nah,
that?
that's crazy.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm going crazy right now. And if you look closely, now it's disappearing.
That's actually crazy.
And what the hell is that? What the fuck? Where did... Yo, I'm outside working out right now. Somebody tell me what this is.
He said, yo, these comments be trolling. He said, if you was blind, you wouldn't care. It's probably your eyes. Like, what? Bro, they be trolling in the comments. That's definitely a UFO or
This
something.
message is for the chosen ones. Use your third eye and your intuition to understand this.
Alright, go ahead.
shelter and a roaring fire. But instead, you listen to a talking clam. That tells you nothing, as if the answers to all your problems will fall right out of the sky. Fall right out of the sky. Dude, we're falling right out of the sky.
Listen, this message is for the chosen ones. Use
I don't
your third eye and
understand.
intuition to understand this.
I had to rewatch that. Let me watch it.
If you had listened to me, you have food, shelter, and a roaring fire. But instead, you listen to a talking clam. That tells you nothing, as if the answers to all your problems will fall right out of the sky. Fall right out of the sky. Dude, we're falling right out of the sky. We gotta drop the load.
I don't know. I'm not really getting that. I'm trying to get it. I'm not understanding that.
Now New York is the newest state to set up a commission to consider reparations for slavery.
More than 400 years ago, the first slaves were violently kidnapped, stolen from their families and their homes. They were brought in chains to the shores of what eventually becomes the United States of America. And these enslaved peoples literally built much of our nation with their sweat, their blood, their sorrow. Right over here, we have a statue of Thomas Jefferson. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. At the same time, he owned over 600 slaves. New York has long been the center of American commerce, Wall Street, banking, shipping, insurance, the economic engines of our entire country. And they thrived because they could trade in commodities that were produced by slaves. And there was a slave market. Yes, here in New York, there was a slave market where people bought and sold other human beings with callous disregard. And it happened right on Wall Street for more than a century. And even though it officially closed when slavery was abolished in New York in 1827, our state still remained a dominant player in the illegal slave trade. The practice continued, and our financial and business institutions prospered. In a few minutes, I'll sign a bill authorizing the creation of a community commission to study the history of slavery in New York State. We'll study various forms of reparations and how we can help right the wrongs of the past.
If they truly did pay out reparations, we should know that this would be an automatic civil war, because the descendants of the slave owners don't truly believe that they're responsible and that they benefited from slavery, okay? And this would also mean that the descendants of the slaves would have more money than them, and that will cause a civil war, okay? But what is reparations? It's the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. Now, what is money by definition? A current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. Coins and banknotes, okay? So reparations does not fit in prophecy. Even if they were given land, that don't fit within prophecy, because one group, the 2/3, want reparations, fake money, and land, and they want to stay here. A lot of them believe that they are aboriginal to this land, but we know prophecy says a group came over on slave ship. A group went into captivity by means of slave ships, okay? So we're speaking of those who came over here on slave ships. True repair is to be redeemed, be delivered back to the land that they came from, and to leave with great substance. What is substance? Substance meaning tangible items such as gold, silver, livestock, great possessions, okay? And the 1/3 wants to be delivered out of this land and taken back to where they came from. That's the difference between the 1/3 and the 2/3.
Christmas is a pagan holiday, and Jesus probably hates you for celebrating it.
There ain't gonna be no Scrooges in this house, boy.
Look, Granddad, it's clear from the scripture that Jesus was not born in winter. The shepherds who saw the angels announcing his birth would not have been out in their fields in December. The Palestinian winters are too cold, if you believe in that sort of thing. The truth is, Christmas evolved from the Roman holiday Saturnalia, a winter festival where men gave gifts to each other. They also would get drunk, have sex with each other, and beat their wives. People would act so crazy on Christmas, the holiday was outlawed by the Protestant Church until the 1800s. As a matter of fact, the United States Congress... Granddad? Granddad!
I'm sorry, boy. What was that?
I just explained the entire history of Christmas.
But it was bull.
Christmas is a pagan holiday, and Jesus...
You're not supposed to follow a red butterfly.
Why?
You know in Niagara there's a conservatory?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
just
the
a bunch
butterfly
of
conservatory.
Exactly. It was a bunch of butterflies around and you're allowed to go watch, right?
Mhm.
And it was a rainy day. A kid and her mom, they were the only ones there because it was raining. So no one wanted to go visit, right?
Yeah.
So before she went, her mom told her, she was like, whatever you do, don't like chase a red butterfly or follow it around, right? So obviously her kid's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, why? So she goes in and to her surprise, there's a red butterfly in front of her, right? So she goes and she chases it. And her mom sees that she's chasing it. And right before she like runs like maybe 5 meters, she picks her up and she asks, did it see you?
Oh, what the hell?
The kid's like, what? Like, no, like I was just chasing it.
Yeah.
So they go home. My mom drives her home right away. And at night,
it's the
Why is this man
you're not supposed to follow
cheeky,
right
man.
away. And at night, when her kids close her eyes, all you hear is a tapping on her window. The kid hears a multiple tapping.
Yeah.
But this is what her mom said before she went to bed.
What?
She's like, whatever you do, if you hear anything at night, don't open your eyes. What do you think the kid did, fam? So
You want to go lower.
Exactly. So she hears the tapping on the window.
Yeah, yeah.
She opens her eyes. You're not supposed to follow a red butterfly.
It's the biggest news for humanity. It's the biggest news for humanity. A cosmic...
8 FBI tips to spot a liar.
This is the
I want to see that.
8 FBI tips to spot a liar. 1. Make sure that you're listening more than you're speaking. Watch if they are speaking louder, faster, their voice cracks, or they clear their throat. 2. Watch out if they forget things, especially if you're talking about a topic, and they suddenly forget what you're talking about. 3. Pay attention to their body language. Liars may display signs of discomfort, such as fidgeting and avoiding eye contact. 4. Be aware of inconsistencies in their story, like if their account of events doesn't add up or changes over time. 5. Notice if they become overly defensive or evasive when asked direct questions. A liar may try to divert the conversation. 6. Look for micro-expressions, fleeting facial expressions that reveal their true emotions. 7. Listen for overly elaborate explanations or too much unnecessary detail in their responses. 8. Trust your instincts. If something feels off about the person's demeanor or their responses, it's worth considering that they might be lying. 8 FBI tips to spot a liar. 1. Make sure that you're listening more than you're speaking.
This is the end of a spiritual season.
Here are 5 signs your mental health is getting worse, followed by 5.
So who remember that time that the Boondocks really exposed the truth behind Christmas?
Look, Granddad, it's
Listen.
clear from the scripture that Jesus was not born in winter. The shepherds who saw the angels announcing his birth would not have been out in their fields in December. The Palestinian winters are too cold, if you believe in that sort of thing. The truth is, Christmas evolved from the Roman holiday Saturnalia, a winter festival where men gave gifts to each other. They also would get drunk, have sex with each other, and beat their wives. People would act so crazy on Christmas, the holiday was outlawed by the Protestant church until the 1800s. As a matter of fact, the United States Congress...
And this is how they take the truth.
Granddad? Granddad!
I'm sorry, boy. What was that? And this is another scripture to back up what he said. In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to the city of Galilee named Nazareth. Virgin betrothed to a man named Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin name was Mary. And he came to her and said, "O Lord, favored one, the Lord is with you, in your stomach, like a baby." And we know the 6th month is June, right? It takes 9 months to make a baby. 9 months from June is like March, April. So what is we celebrating on Christmas? Y'all let me know what y'all think about the Boondocks exposing Christmas in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom.
It's crazy. They really be putting the truth right in our face. People still celebrating.
Get in here. I'm on one today. Everybody saw this picture, right? Everybody saw this picture of the descendants of Israel, right? Started from Florida, which is called the West Indies, right? Where they found the Noah's Ark,
a gopher would grow and the quails and everything you want to know about this picture. Let me tell you the secret behind this picture right now. Let me tell you the secret. I done the hard work for you. Let me piece together the picture for you. I did the hard work for you. Now, how did it all start? It all started with this picture right here. It all started with this picture right here. That which is descendants of us, the descendants. Let's keep going. These peoples came out of nowhere and say that they are us. Let's keep going. As we starting to find out that they've been controlling Washington, D.C. for a long time. Now, we see this picture. It explains a lot, but let's keep going. They celebrating on heritage they took. They celebrating on who heritage they took. They locked this lady up. They locked her up for revealing the secret of the pictures that they found in Memphis, Tennessee of the real Jesus. What? Now remember that when we got taken over or overtaken mentally, not warily, that 10 of the proposed 12 amendments ratified by the 3rd, 4th of the state's legislators on December 1791, the ratified Articles 3 through 12, which is only supposed to be in the first 10 amendments, means the 10 commandments that they found right here in North America. They found the original 10 commandments, which they found this that ties us is the true lost tribes of Israel, which is the Hebrew artifacts that has something to do with the law. That who control this control us. They found the Ark of the Covenant with the 10 commandments and the blood of the so-called African Americans in North America. But guess where they found it at? And it was given by Moses, the 10 commandments, the 2 tablets that I showed you, one of the tablets that they found. But let me show you where they found the Ark of the Covenant with the blood of the so-called African Americans in North America. Where, as you can see clearly, stop and take your time. Stop right now. Stop right now. As you can see right now, the Covenant Ark right here found in Arizona. Arizona, bro. They found it. They found it in Arizona, bro. Look. Found in Arizona. Arizona, bro. Arizona. Right here. The Ark of the Covenant, bro. Arizona. So now they feel, because they found everything with the 10 Commandments and the Ark of the Covenant, they can scale of the justice, right? That's what they think they doing. So the New World Order, they're like, oh, we found it. We own it. No, you don't own it. You don't own us. You don't own nothing. Well, this explains the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What up going on?
Bro, I'm just getting in, bro. Okay, man. I can't watch it, man. He's going out too much.
All of the historians state that our castles was turned into prisons and colleges, with the Alcatraz prison being the most famous one. This is what Queen Khalifa Castle said. Okay, let's get into how we lost our homes that we built. We've been fighting with the invaders since 1492, but I want to talk about the recent wars. We had our own military over here in America. This is what they don't tell you. A lot of us had to leave our family and children and go fight in this war. With our last stronghold being down in Florida, we had tribes come from all over the world to help us. This is why so-called slavery was still going on in the South in civil wars. The invaders was organized in the North. The invaders from the South would tell the invaders up North that the war's over and that they won. But the whole time, we were still fighting each other. The war was never over, but they started rounding us up, holding us as hostages. Just for the record, we was never slaves. We was POWs. And this is when they started to move inside of our castles. And they seen that we had dungeons on the bottom level. So instead of them building their own jails, they just threw us inside of our ancestors' house. And usually, the warden of the prison would stay up on the top level. These castles are ancient, and it belongs to our ancestors. They don't have enough knowledge or creativity to build something like this. Newer box rectangle buildings, these is considered their newer prisons.
Right.
The castles belongs to us, the children of the sun. Peace and Ashe. Have you guys ever heard about the indigenous?
They wasn't building stuff like that, right? Pyramids, just nah, bro. They wasn't like that.
In the late 1800s, extraterrestrial
Lucifer never existed in the Bible, but it gets even deeper. The reason why we created that archetype was because we had misunderstood and mistranslated the Hebrew text. So the entire world learned about Lucifer through one verse in the Torah, which is Isaiah 14:12. And that's the famous verse that goes, "O Lucifer, how art thou fallen?" We translated the word Lucifer into the English as an uppercase noun, a name with a big L. But we got the English from the Latin, and the Latin is where the word Lucifer is first shown to us, because it's a Latin word comprised of two root words, lucis, light, and fere, which means to bring or to hold. But we got the Latin version from the Greek version, and in the Greek, where we would see Lucifer, we would see the word phosphorus, equivalent to the Latin Lucifer, which means light or fire or bright. But we got all of those from the Hebrew, which is Hillel ben Shahar, and Hillel ben Shahar means Hillel, son of Shahar. And the word Hillel means bright or shiny. And so that's where we got Lucifer, son of the morning, Hillel ben Shahar, because Shahar also means morning. But there's a reason why that is used in the Torah. Isaiah was a royal prophet and a royal scribe, and he was writing during the time of the Babylonian exile, when the Babylonians were descending upon the kingdom of Judah and taking them all into captivity. And so he was writing a prophecy about the downfall of the Babylonians, saying that they are like Hillel ben Shahar. Hillel ben Shahar was actually a Canaanite deity belonging to an old mythology before Judaism, and in that mythology Hillel was a younger god who tried to rise to the throne but failed. But it gets even deeper. Word Hillel, the Greek word phosphorus, the Latin word Lucifer are all words that could be used to describe or denote Venus. Venus is the brightest celestial object in the sky preceding the sun. Hillel was another version of an ancient Canaanite deity known as Athtar, and Athtar was a male rendition of the female Astarte, who was also Ishtar, who was also Inanna. And all of these goddesses were also represented by the star or the symbol of Venus. Isaiah was prophetically and poetically saying that the Babylonians are like Venus, they are like Hillel. They think they are something bright and shiny, but they will soon be overshadowed by God or the sun. So that's what he was really saying. So the early Christians kind of looked at this and were like, oh wow, like he's talking about some person named Lucifer. But we totally just took that and ran with it and exaggerated it. And so there never was a Lucifer. Lucifer never existed in the Bible, but it gets even deeper.
The Great Pyramid is literally impossible. It's something that doesn't make any sense. It certainly doesn't make sense.
Does
It's
it?
the tomb of a
Because you guys didn't build it, that's why.
It incorporates pi, which again is supposed to have been discovered by the Greeks. It incorporates the dimensions of the Earth on a particular scale. There's a lot about the Great Pyramid which suggests that it was intended to transmit information to the future. And that's one of the reasons why it's so big and so enormous, and why we keep on finding new chambers and passageways inside the Great Pyramid. There's a thing called Scan Pyramids, which is now going on, which is using the latest tech, and they've identified a second Grand Gallery above the Grand Gallery. The Grand Gallery is one of the wonderful features of the Great Pyramid. It's 30 feet high, 120 feet long, rising up through the center of the pyramid. But now we know there's a second one above it that hasn't been explored yet, and that's a result of scanned pyramids. There's corridors and passageways that we didn't know were there. So the Great Pyramid is gradually, bit by bit, revealing its secrets, and it's almost as though it was waiting for a time when human beings were ready.
The fallen angel statue discovered in Russia.
What?
This is the creepiest thing I've seen.
And there's this object orbiting Earth. It's on NASA's server. It's estimated 15 tons. They won't mess with it because it makes no sense to mess with it. You don't know what type of self-defense system or mechanism this thing may have. It's estimated to be there for 13,000 years. And how we get this number is the NSA analyzed a signal from it. A couple of astrophysicists analyzed the signal, and some ham radio operators back in the 50s also got the same signal. All independent, came up with the same translation, decoding of the signal, that it was saying it was from the Epsilon Boötis constellation. Time magazine picked this up in 1960. Then I saw some reports of it following Sputnik, when Russians sent Sputnik to orbit the moon and come back. And I said, this thing has course correction. Then they discovered that it was in a polar orbit. It had changed course and went into a polar orbit, something we couldn't do until just recent times. In order to create a lot of the megalithic structures that you've seen, like the pyramid complexes and everything else, you need a polar orbit. But this thing has been orbiting in a polar orbit from the 1950s. So I looked into Epsilon Boötis. I'm like, well, let me research this place. Found out there's something called a void there. This void is called the Boötis void. Michio Kaku, the famous theoretical physicist, talking about it, and he said that in that void, it looks like light's being bent around that area. And he says that we think that it's it could be a cloaked advanced civilization. The more I dug into it, I realized that the Black Knight satellite is just object that's still orbiting our planet right now. I think it's watching us, and I believe that it's using quantum entanglement to transmit everything in real time, what's going on Earth, back to home base at Boötis. And there's this object orbiting Earth. It's on NASA's server.
President Kennedy was...
We got the Denver airport conspiracy wrong this whole time. Every protected area in the world normally uses some sort of barbed wire setup to maintain security, where the barbed wire section of the fence normally sticks out towards the people. You see it in airports, military bases, and even Area 51. But there is one location that has it all reversed. Well, you see, if you drive along the compound of the Denver International Airport, you'll notice that the barbed wire section of the fence is somehow facing inwards, mirroring that of prisons, as if trying to keep something from getting out. Furthermore, new reports have come out with ex-workers saying that loud roaring can be heard while walking on the lower levels of the airport, making some people wonder if actually, instead of being a base for the elites, it was actually built as a prison for the reptilian people. Even though you can watch the full video on the Denver airport conspiracy by clicking on the link in the description below. Maybe we got the Denver airport conspiracy.
Now, the stronger the emotion that you feel for some problem or condition in your life, the more you pay attention to the cause. Now, if where you place your attention is where you place your energy, if you're sitting in your meditation and you're feeling a very strong emotion that's connected to some problem or some person, we could say then that you're giving your very life force away.
Okay. Definitely got a lot of energy in our bodies.
Reading between the lines with this crap, right? Entertainment all the way at the bottom.
Okay.
Godzilla is actually...
Okay.
Let me see this. Let me see how to decode this.
I'm hoping that you guys are able to watch it with your third eye and see what I saw. This was one of the scenes that stuck out to me. Not only is there a cross, and that you see that the monster is coming right out of the top like it is erupting itself from the volcano.
Is the return of an ancient and forgotten superspecies. Godzilla, the Mutos, Kong. We believe that these titans and others like them provide an essential balance to our world. And while some may pose a threat, Monarch is...
In the movie, you see something happen before the creature erupts out of the volcano. You see lightning strike it, and then you see the creature come out. And then prior to that in the movie, they show that there's an actual cap on the volcano. And then the actress goes on to explain how they have been manipulating the elements and the frequencies so that the natural disasters can't happen and they can't cleanse the earth.
Put that power through chest.
Now, there's lightning.
They didn't destroy our planet, man.
There's also the cross.
Now they
don't know
making
if our
movies
ancestors
about it.
decided that they wanted to come back and that they're the ones who sent the lightning, or if it was like modified weather that caused the lightning to strike the volcano and actually erupt. Now, we've seen many times in shows, movies, and all of that, and how they predict what's going to happen.
Predict.
So I want y'all to go check out the movie and see, and hopefully y'all can decode for yourself what you think each monster stand for. I believe it's hurricane.
Godzilla is actually real, and someone just got video proof. Some people believe Godzilla is just a story. However, a historian was tasked with finding the origins of Godzilla and found something inconceivable. Skylar Gordon, the historian, recognized that people believe Godzilla first appeared in a movie in 1954. However, he did some digging and found texts dating back to the 1900s.
No way, Cap.
In great detail. He eventually found a text that claimed the creature was held in a cave called the Hall of Whispers. He spent months trying to figure out where this was, and he eventually figured it out. It was in a small region off the map just above New York. He immediately entered the region to try to find this great cave. He was out there for hours and initially saw nothing. However, in the distance, he saw a huge mountain. He decided to give it one last chance and see if the cave was there. Then after just 5 minutes of moving towards the mountain, Skylar was astonished. There was a huge cave opening and a sign that was written in Old English, suggesting this place was even older than he first thought. He entered the cave and began walking to find the creature. This is when Skylar heard an ear-splitting roar. He was stunned by this sound, but he didn't let his fear stop him, and he kept on running towards it when suddenly he saw it. His blood froze when he saw this creature. This beast was at least 200 feet tall and was chained down.
That's crazy. 200 feet is crazy.
Video footage of Godzilla if you want to see it.
Click on the share icon here, then swipe side and press on more, then press on the photo.
Remember this is real shit. If black people in America, if black people in...
Hold up, y'all might want to see this. There's been some crazy things going on in the sky lately. And as we know, we actually in a physical and spiritual war.
Right. Now, what is that?
Like, what the fuck? What is this? There was some right here happening at different locations.
You've seen this before?
They say mostly everything happened at night or whenever it be storming.
This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. At 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, multiple unidentified objects were confirmed to have entered Earth's atmosphere. It is speculated that these objects are of origin. The broadcast will quiet at this time for your safety. Continue to carry out the following instructions.
Bro, we did cookie. That's crazy.
Hold up, y'all might want to see this. There's been some...
Real footage of the hidden lands beyond the ice wall. This is not real. No way this is real, right? Nah. Okay, buddy. Imagine it look like that though. That would be crazy. Imagine. That's crazy. Like a multi-dimensional city or something. I don't know. That look crazy though.
Leave the World Behind came out, and China is already.
I want to see that no more, man. I'm tired of seeing that.
Resilient, because you're the one who is held accountable to lead when times get rough. You may not know it, but a lot of people depend on your energy. Your insight can motivate and enlighten a lot of people. The inner work you're putting in behind closed curtain is paying off, whether you know it or not. Seeds are being planted and you're stepping into new places. You're not in the position you're in right now for no reason. You're being put in place to be the one to lead the way right now and lead the path for all like-minded individuals, from the elderly to the youth. The morality and wisdom you hold with the vision and direction you have creates the most resilient people in a crumbling society. You may not realize it yet, but you've always been meant to lead. Just by standing in your own light is meant to inspire others in some way, not going out your way or forcing things on people. You display the wisdom you have through experience and contemplation. That's why you've always seemed 2 steps ahead of people. So keep it up and keep striving for more abundance. You deserve it, and people deserve to hear your opinion. I'll say it and I'm out. Remain.
The real Santa Claus was a man by the name of St. Nicholas. And when I do research about St. Nicholas, the real St. Nicholas, the further back I go, the blacker St. Nicholas gets. The image that we have of Santa Claus is the rosy-cheeked European jolly guy, and that image was created sometime in the early 1800s. But the real Santa Claus was a man by the name of St. Nicholas. And when I do research about St. Nicholas, the real St. Nicholas, the further back I go, the blacker St. Nicholas gets. And when you look at pictures and portraits of St. Nicholas in museums in Europe, St. Nicholas is totally black. And there's a museum in Italy that has an old painting of St. Nicholas, and he has like dark skin, woolly hair. So people have to realize that the Santa Claus that we know and love today is based on a black saint from Europe.
You guys remember Columbus Short from Stomp the Yard? Well, even he's exposing Diddy.
Snitching. I'm snitching in the kitchen. Diddy. Gotta tell on him. He tried it on me, so I know it's true. I was married, my ex-wife, I got a phone call in the middle of the night, about 2:30 in the morning. My wife says, pick up the phone. It was an unknown number. Pick up the phone. Who's calling you? Picked up the phone. It was Diddy. And he said, hey man, we didn't see what BET was. You know, what you doing? I'm like, I'm in bed with my wife. He said, hey, I'm at the Beverly Hills Hilton. I said, what's up? I said, who over there? He said, just me.
You guys remember Columbus Short from Stomp the Yard? Well, even he's exposing Diddy.
Snitching. I'm snitching in the kitchen. Diddy.
All right, so to anybody
I'm snitching in the kitchen.
Or spiritual intuition, I'm going to give y'all some advice real quick. Don't go around calling people out on their BS. When somebody telling you something, and you can read their body language, you can see it in their eyes. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. Look somebody in their eyes when you're talking to them. You'll be able to tell, even if you ain't gifted in psychology and body language. Your gift, bro, the eyes send energy, bro. All of these things are like portals for energy, bro. So you can feel when somebody's lying. This is why people be wearing shades. Like Gnostic people, esoteric people, this is why people literally wear shades, bro. It's to shield that energy so you don't feel other people's energy. And so they don't feel yours. It provides a level of shielding and comfortability, bro. I swear to God. But anyway, let's get past that, though. Don't make yourself look crazy calling people out on their BS, bro. When you know intuitively somebody's gaslighting you or lying or being manipulative, control the situation with what you know. But don't call people out. That will only make you look crazy. Deep down, they're going to be like, dang, how did they know? But they're going to project the energy of you're crazy. I know because I've seen it and I've physically experienced it. I've called people out on their lies. And they knew it. Whole chemistry changed. Not because I'm coming off crazy, because they knew I knew. And their whole body language just changed. You know what I'm saying? But they can't admit it because they're liars. So it's only going to make you look crazy. You got to walk through life with your gift silently, bro. Don't be loud about it. Because I promise you, when it comes to intuition and spiritual gifts, life is literally like the movie Inception. The minute you let people know it's just a dream, the minute you know, like let people know that you know that there are other energies out there and there are ways to tune in and some of these things are real, people will turn against you, bro. Just like Inception in a dream, bro. The NPCs recognized he wasn't one of them, and they attacked him. Straight up. And again, it goes back to the Apostle Paul. Be careful not to offend, for you don't want our ministry to find blame. You got to use your gift sparingly and wisely. I'm out. All right, so to anybody who follows,
Is bro walking on water? Nah, that's crazy.
The scary plan that Mark Zuckerberg might be hatching. Mark Zuckerberg has always been a man ahead of his time. And the proof of that is Facebook and Meta. Now you might want to prepare yourselves for what I'm about to say next. Mark Zuckerberg is building a $100 million doomsday bunker. Why? Nobody knows. But it's such a strange thing to build at random. Elon wants to get us off Earth. Bill Gates wants to depopulate us. And Mark Zuckerberg is preparing for something. See, the thing is, I don't think something's going on. I know something's going on. The scary plan that Mark Zuckerberg...
He... reptile.
So y'all remember how we was talking about Planet Nibiru? Yeah, Planet X or the second sun, the two suns. Look right here. It's caught in 4K. It's caught in 4K. And the more and more videos that I keep seeing of this planet is getting bigger. Oh shit. What does getting bigger mean? It's getting closer. Yeah, it's getting closer. And then, you know, we got this climate change that's going on, right? Yeah, all the earthquakes, the volcanoes erupting, the oceans moving weird. Word on the street, it's because of this second sun. Look at this shit. It's been spotted in the sky for the past couple months. It's been here. Planet Nibiru. It's here. 4K. Right there. Let me know what y'all think about Planet Nibiru caught in 4K in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on
The truth
about reptilians. Reptilians do not exist. It is metaphorical.
I saw this already. CGI. That shit, that's not real, bro. No.
This is the Guardian building in Detroit. Let's see who's on the structure. Look like Native American to me. We have the sword. All the intricate artwork. This is the tallest building made of brick. You got Aztec, Mayan, Egyptian, all throughout it. You got pictures within pictures out of brick. Look at the other side, you see another Guardian. Look like Negroid characteristics to me. This is the Guardian building in Detroit. It's the tallest masonry brick building in the world. All double brick.
I just never understand how they build these buildings like this, man. Like, how long do they even take them? You know what I mean? Like, damn. How can they do it? I gotta have my superpowers and build some pyramids or something.
On this structure alone. Aztec, Mayan, Egyptian, right here. They have a lion right here. This is the Guardian building, the tallest masonry structure, 40 stories. They said he built it in 1928, 1929, but they allowed no one to go in it when they took over in 1928.
That's crazy. They was building stuff like this in 1928.
Was inside
That's crazy.
changing. But they didn't change the outside structure. The Negroes
That's interesting.
The outside. They didn't change that. They couldn't without messing it up. So this is the Guardian building, downtown Detroit. The so-called natives, they live in tents. They live in Egyptian-style skyscrapers. History revealed.
But it appeared to be a setup. Prayers for his family? Man, this is sad. But something ain't right. Have y'all heard about this? There was a...
This is crazy.
Now what is that?
So
Them trying to get through the firmament?
What? 14th? It's Friday. April 14, 2023. I'm in Oklahoma. Something is above my house, y'all. I could hear some sirens going off in the background. Crazy. Record this for a second. I'm going back inside.
Excuse me. Dang. Excuse me.
Oldest skulls in the Americas.
You're not gonna believe this. Did you know that the first American was a black woman? Watch this.
They are the oldest skulls in the Americas. And this is the oldest of them all. The skull of a young woman nicknamed Luthia by scientists. Can she tell us who the first Americans were? The skull was taken to a hospital in Rio de Janeiro to begin the process of reconstructing her face. The first stage was to make a three-dimensional CAT scan of Luthia's skull in order to build a replica. The cast was then given to Richard Neve of the University of Manchester in England, one of the world's leading forensic artists, to recreate her features.
That to me is a Negroid face that has all the features
That's
you
messed up.
associate with a Negroid face.
You ain't have to do that.
The proportions of the face, it doesn't say anything about it being mongoloid.
They were so mad at finding out we was here first, they burnt down the museum her skull was in, found the fake skull, and tried to switch it back to being these people. I'll be exposing the whole cover-up in part 8, so follow me on YouTube because that video is going to be quite lengthy. You're not going to...
Yo, what's good, y'all? To all my chosen ones, man. Today we talking about spirit possession. Whether it's your friend, your coworker, a family member, an associate, it don't matter who it is. If their vibration is at a low level, they're susceptible to getting possessed by spirits and different energies and forces. We live on a magical realm with other beings. Just because you can't see them, that don't mean that they're not there. They're very real. When you dream, you're just going to another dimension within this realm where there are other beings who can see your light and your vibration. And what irks them the most is when you're vibrating high, because it makes them uncomfortable. That's why you'll notice when you're shining your light the brightest and you're being yourself and you're not letting the people around you knock you off your course, you'll start to notice that they'll latch on to people around you, like your family, your friends, or even random people. The reason why they do this is because they want a reaction out of you. Because as soon as you feed into the bullshit, that's like a gateway for them to come in and to fuck with you. So that's why it's very important to keep your composure and to stand in your power 24/7. And also make sure y'all vibrating at the love frequency, or one of the frequencies that's above love. Because when you stand in your power and you vibrate high, they're not going to stay around you long. They can try all the tactics that they want, but they won't work unless you stoop down to their level. That's why you notice if somebody's yelling and screaming and you keep your composure and you just send them love and you don't take nothing personal, you'll notice that they'll leave. They'll leave you alone after a while because you're not going back and forth. You're not feeding into it. But as soon as you feed into it, now they have something to go back and forth with. Now they have a reason to argue. And also, these beings in these other realms, they feed off of the low vibrational energy. These are the same beings that can influence people to do the wrong things, to argue, all of that. And then once these people are arguing, they don't even know a being is controlling them. Then they'll feed off of that energy. They're like a parasite in the spiritual realm. You got to make sure your environment is clean energetically. Make sure you're saying affirmation. Make sure you saging, using your Palo Santo, making sense of myrrh, Florida water, whatever you got to do. Keep them off of you and to keep them away from you. Spiritually. Yo, what's good, y'all? To all my chosen ones, man.
Really excellent people understand that their belief systems drive their behavior, but that their behavior also reinforces their belief system. If you are not leveling up, if your reality is not where you want it to be, yeah, the belief system is fucked up, but also you're not fundamentally changing your behavior, which means your belief is not changing either. So you have to examine what actions, choices you're making in real life that keeps reinforcing this toxic shit in your head. For example, if you believe that you need time to make decisions, like good quality decisions take time, then you'll never learn to make fast decisions because your behavior will never change. So something I advise everyone to do going to 2024 is like, stop doing the belief system witch hunt, because sometimes that just takes too long. Look at how you're behaving, look at how you're showing up, and ask yourself, is this leading to a real that I want? For example, if you keep pushing shit to next year, next month, I'll do it next time. What does that say about what you believe about yourself? Hope this helped. Link in bio for a free strategy call because I'm always...
Hold up. This is the Great Mud Flood of 1892. Dude, check these buildings out.
What is he? Oh, that's a TV. I'm tripping. I'm thinking that's
1892.
That's crazy. Yeah, they was getting they photographing the end back then, huh? They was getting their pictures up. I feel it. Dang, that's yo. It flooded like that. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, that looked detrimental right there, man.
1892.
Wow.
Yeah, that nice building. And they're on horse buggies.
That was interesting.
Really quick, I want to just throw this in here. That there is another country that is clearly blurred out. I wonder if we weren't supposed to see that one. So we were given a photo with the airships in the background in the sky. So I went digging and found this photo from 1905, World's Fair in Oregon, showing more airships. And since I haven't really covered this topic yet on this channel, in my opinion, and a few others, this form of travel was all over the place. It wasn't just created in the 1800s, and the Hindenburg event was used as a scare tactic to make these airships look faulty, removing this free energy form of transportation technology out of our lives. Do you really think that they put a gas in these airships that would be so incredibly flammable and fly them over massive cities? Or does it make more sense that this Hindenburg event was a planned event to get rid of this free form of travel and wipe it from the history books? Here we have a photo of one of these airships sitting in between the two spires of the old world building. You can see that they use these spires to electrically charge these airships, and this was common knowledge. And in the very next photo, it's leaving the port. We are not given the truth about our history. This isn't something that we are ever told about in our mainstream schooling
We are not told the truth at all.
Do you find that odd? Let's keep digging. We see that the U.S. Army had this technology in the 1800s, as well as the Navy. Now, this is a photo from July of 1931, and we clearly have an airship charging at the top of this building. So we have a lot going on here. and this was within the last 100 years, an airship charging at the top of this tower. Did you think they only charged at the top of buildings? Of course not. They had charging docks in the middle of the water. Here we have a photo of the US Navy airship in 1924, charging from this boat. Now let's zoom in on this charging station to get a good look at what's going on here. Now this is a technology that we were never told about. This is hidden from our timeline, a clear proof that there is much more to the story than what we've been told, especially since this was not thousands of years ago, and shows how easily history can be rewritten. This technology should be common knowledge at this point. Here we have another angle in Rhode Island of the charging taking place. These airships were not powered by gas or simply helium. And if we switch angles here, we can actually see the charging tool that was used right at the top of this tower. They're clearly about to connect to the airship. So this, in my opinion, is clearly explaining what's going on at the top of these old world buildings. They were charging stations for the airships. They have the same features, and I guarantee you that they still turn on, since this was not that long ago. And I'm going to take this time right now to answer a lot of people's question. Will we ever find the truth? As we keep uncovering more and more documented evidence, we're going to find that the previous civilization was not that far in the past, and our current structures hold so much more technology than we ever truly understood. So in my opinion, yes, we are going to find the truth about all of this. We are uncovering the truth faster and faster, and this community gets bigger and bigger, with more and more people sharing their thoughts and knowledge. The mainstream history is becoming comedy hour at this point. So we can clearly see that these buildings all around the world may have had a second purpose, but they were without a doubt here to generate free energy, specifically for airships. And once you realize this, then we can go deeper and ask the question, was the previous civilization capable of using these buildings to power their flight that were so much more powerful, so much faster, and so much more incredible than an airship? I believe that they fully understood this technology. They were the ones that constructed it. They had this technology and were able to travel through the air so much faster than we can today, while using the Earth's natural energy. These buildings are technology. They are able to extract the energy and are able to turn it into a fuel. If you're looking for a why, a motive to suppress this technology, well, it would 100% benefit a civilization, us. It's free. There is zero benefit to free transportation, free energy. Do we need to go further for the why? So when you go around your town now and see the top of these buildings, we can all understand how popular this form of transportation really was. It was everywhere. Now we have talked about Tartaria. We have shown in this episode in the beginning how there are possibly more countries and more land, such as Caucasia. So we have Tartaria, but we also have Barbaria, where you would get the term barbarians. And of course, again, have any of us heard of a place called Barbaria in history class? Maybe you have now, but in mainstream history, this is not something that is taught to us. We're not being told the truth about any of this. And we have many maps of a land called Barbaria. And I believe that these maps are from the previous civilization. They are not presented to us in the mainstream history. So it's our job to go find them in places that are not easily accessible. And in order to find something, you have to know what you're looking for. Thankfully, we do. And then we have this map from the early 1800s showing a land that was to the east of Portugal that was named Barbaria, that is no longer there. It was south of France, west of Italy. So where did this land go? Also, this map shows that Barbaria had islands. And are these points on the map ley lines? What an incredible map to look at. Obviously, an event took place very recently, definitely proving that we've had land here that is no longer here. These maps are so detailed, yet these places are no longer here. And we have this group on the map who are most likely a depiction of the barbarians. Oh, and should I tie it back in with the airships? Can we just zoom in? Right above this disproportionate guy with the red and green on? What is above his head in the sky? That wouldn't be an airship, would it? You tell me. And if anyone can read that in whatever language it's written in, I'd love to know what it says in the comments below. Now, I emailed this company that I'm going to keep hidden, but with a little digging, we can all figure out who this is. But I emailed them, and they purchased the architecture firm, Bradley & Bradley. Since they're an existing architecture firm, and it's not from thousands of years ago, they should have the construction photos of the National Guard Armory. But again, we are given another response that fits into what we're talking about here, that these are not the actual builders of these structures. If they built it, they would have at least one picture of construction somewhere in the world. But time and time again, as we have documented here so many times, they never have this on record. So they replied to me saying, we acquired Bradley & Bradley, architects and engineers, in 2016, and I have not come across any construction photos from the National Guard Armory in their files. So they go on to say to contact the Rockford Public Library to see if they have it. And then 2 sentences later, saying that I believe this information is currently being held at the Hart Interim Library during construction of the new downtown library. So I'm going to be contacting them, and I'll keep you all updated on the situation as we continue on with it. If you're interested in hearing what we find, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Very interesting stuff. Yet another place that has zero confirmed documentation on these construction projects all over the world. It's very strange, and this is why we are looking into it. Exposing something that was hidden for far too long. About Caucasian.
I didn't know buildings was like making planes drive faster. I mean, you know, fly faster. That's interesting though. So it goes to show that the old technology or hidden technology that we should know about that's definitely helpful for today. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of stuff that we don't know that we should know, man. Indeed.
A lot of people don't know.
Make no mistake.
100% safe to drink, which I...
Here's the dark web's most terrifying video. This man locks himself in a store in the middle of the night to escape a stalker.
Nah, he really was stalking him then. That's crazy. Bro went to the freezer. My boy got a gun or something.
Here's the dark web's most terrifying video.
Videos that make you say, what the f...
What am I looking at?
Bruh.
What am I looking at?
This terrifying video was posted on the dark web on Halloween Day. It shows a man escaped from a psychiatric asylum and found sitting...
What? What? Nah.
There's something going on in these national parks. I think.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Here. Hold on, y'all.
I think it's creatures walking around that. There's something going on in these national. These don't even feed off of humans. I feel like most of the time when they be getting snatched up, they be the mutants there. The mutants would probably feed off of humans. But like mystical, if there is any mystical creature in these parks, right? In these parks, right? They obviously do a very good job from ducking from humans. They might even be shapeshifters. That's reminiscents of the old earth. You got the Suko Wahakan. You got the Yuccaman, the Snallygaster. Extraterrestrials, the White Walker, the Yeti. I said Shukaka, Warakan, man, that name is crazy. Wolf looking thing. You gotta understand, any of these things be giant. These are all like quote unquote lores. Like old stories and passed on stories from ancient mythology. That's what I was looking for the word mythology. Right? Like they said a Sasquatch was first founded, the first encounter trails back to indigenous tribes in Northwest America. But we know them possibly could just be Neanderthals. But I feel like it is a race of giants too that would look like that. Then when you go to every culture, whether it's Latin America, Brazil, Native American mythology, it's always these symbolic creatures that they know. And for you to get a visual like this, you can't just make this up off the top of your head. You didn't have to see it. Maybe it was from a dream. Maybe it was from an actual nature experience. Maybe they was off the ayahuasca in nature one day. Anyway, it's something to why they call all these parks and why they control all these parks. Like, you got to understand, anywhere where they're getting off, because there's a bunch of nature. I can go to a random trail right now, but for them to actually call it a national state park, you feel me? I feel like these be the main entrances to the underground. They do their testing there, and these mystical creatures is running around. Like, bro. Like, okay, you can say that might be a apex predator animal. It's a possibility, but sheesh. You hear that at night and tell me, oh, it's just an animal. You gonna be ready to get up out of there. They talking about, oh, do feral humans actually live in the national parks? And I feel like this is another little, look over there. But this is really happening. Feral humans. Basically, a feral human is somebody that's living in nature. They wild. That's right here, the definition. A wild, untamed species of human. Nah. What if it's another type of being? Sasquatch being. Mini Washata being. They got whole spirits that they didn't draw for. Now, these are just illustrations drawn out, you know, but in all actuality, bro, this could truly be possible.
Definitely.
I don't think they're just in those parks kidnapping people. They have a whole system for, they allegedly have a whole system going on for that with the black market in the modern day. So why are people leaving and disappearing from these parks? They're probably getting used as food or experiment projects, test subjects. Truth is stranger than fiction, man. We'd be surprised if they told us what was really going on. I don't even think we'd be able to handle it if they just came out and told us everything what was going on.
That's true.
But alright, y'all. There's something going on in these national
bro.
parks. I think it's
He be getting some good videos. I ain't gonna lie, man. Cause the underground is something else, man. Some of these undergrounds, they be going to different states. Like, what? Nah, bro, that's too crazy for you to have an underground that can go to a whole nother state. Dude, what, like, what are you trying to do? And why do you have that? Why y'all designing that? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. Make you really think, like, what's really going on? And then you got these mythical creatures. I believe they probably is. They just probably like somewhere else on the planet that we haven't discovered yet. You know, we haven't even get past Antarctica yet. So yeah. All right, so let's chat it.
Eugene Yukuni is in an article on TMZ today with this headline. YouTuber Eugene Yukuni, cops flooded with calls over skinny and frail appearance. Apparently, TMZ has interviewed the police department near Eugenia's home, who say that they have been absolutely bombarded with phone calls and emails from concerned people all about Eugenia's appearance and health. Greenwich Police Sergeant Brent Reeves says that he's been getting phone calls and emails from literally all over the world, including Egypt and New Zealand, all about Eugenia and her health. He says that most of the phone calls and emails are asking them to check in on her about her health and her eating. Also, people are concerned that her mother is making her do this content and won't let her leave her home.
How old is she?
So he says that he's actually known Eugenia for over a decade. He says they have a good relationship apparently, and that they have a secret code item that she puts in her videos to show him that she's doing okay. Eugenia has been open in the past about her eating issues and her health, including being held on a 5150 that her friends set up for her. She talks about not being friends with them anymore and feeling like she was ambushed and betrayed. I think probably the oddest part of this article was that the police sergeant told TMZ that he's not concerned with her, that she's not in danger, that he can't make her eat, but that apparently he's aware that she does eat and apparently mentioned that she likes chicken sandwiches. Eugene Yukuni is in an article on TMZ today with this headline.
That's sad, bro. Like, what do you do about that? Feel bad for her, though.
Now what's going on here, America? Stay tuned for this video by Beyond Earth. She spotted a plasma being next to the moon. And if you pay close attention to the video, the Joker face still behind the moon. Check this video. Y'all leave a comment below on what y'all think about this one. Ooh, wee. Big shout out to Beyond Earth.
What? What the heck? What?
What is that? Plasma being next to the moon.
Oh, shoot.
Come on, big troll alert. Come on, leave them comments.
Look at that. What?
I thought that was the camera doing that, so that's what it looked like, huh? That's crazy.
Goodness. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my God. Look.
Could this be angels?
What is happening? What is happening? Look, y'all seen it change back in real time. What?
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. How is he really doing that? That is interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to drop you a follow, my boy. Now, how did it do that? It definitely shocked me. Definitely shocked me. That's crazy. Man. Wow.
There's people walking around.
See that. What a spiritual awakening actually feels like. It do be like that. You can't even like tell nobody nothing, especially if they not awake. Oh man, they gonna look at you like you a zombie or something. Like you crazy. You already know how they gonna give you that one look.
They're living, but they're not alive. And they're all around us. They're all over the place. There's people walking around out here that are soulless avatars simply operating on matrix programming. They're living, but they're not alive. And they're all around us. They're all over the place. People that have never woken up to who they truly actually are. They simply are operating on the code that they've been programmed and given since they were born, since they were even in the womb.
That was bad.
Gestation.
I bet.
The same code, just running on programming, never exceeding the programming, never reprogramming the programming, never editing it, never hacking themselves.
I saw this.
Did you know that you existed before you incarnated in this physical body?
That's 100.
So
That's
as we should know,
100%.
we all operate outside of our physical body. We have a spirit and a soul that operates outside of our physical body. And we are not just our physical body. We are a spirit and soul inhabiting a physical body. So before we spawned here in this physical body, we existed elsewhere in the spirit realm as a piece of consciousness or as a spirit or soul. And then our parents did the do to forge our physical body. So before your parents did the do, you were already existing elsewhere in the spirit realm. And then your physical body was then made, and that's when your spirit or soul spawns into this physical body. Keep in mind that the organisms in this environment have a natural flow, just like the cells in our body have a natural flow. So when your spirit or soul spawns into your physical body as a baby, you naturally go about this earthly experience flow, because that's what organisms or cells do. They naturally do the things that they're supposed to do in the environment that they're in. So with this natural flow of the natural world and how things are naturally working, you existed prior to your parents doing the do elsewhere in the spirit realm.
and you spawned here in a physical vessel to be a part of this natural flow in this environment. And this natural flow would be waking, eating, moving, and then sleeping. And one of the ways to tell that we exist outside of our physical bodies is, of course, by looking at sleep. Your physical body is left here while your spirit or soul goes about in the spiritual realm. And this will be the same thing after our vessels die. You will return back to somewhat of where you were before you incarnated or spawned here in a physical body when our physical vessel deteriorates. So with that being said, yes, we do operate outside of our physical bodies. And yes, we existed before we spawned here in a physical vessel. We only spawned here in a physical vessel to move around in this environment. So yes, we are not just our physical body. We operate outside of our physical bodies on a spiritual level. Isn't this weird to think about? Let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comments. Besides that though, I got some fire crystal jewelry on my website. Crystal necklace.
Like you can be sitting down, you can astral travel. Go somewhere. You could be just sitting there. You could be astral traveling somewhere. You know how you daydream? You could be in a whole nother spot when you daydream. That's crazy, bro. That's like an out-of-body experience when you daydream. That's astral traveling. When you daydream, you're literally astral traveling. You can literally go back to a memory, like when you was at the store or something. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy when you really think about it like that. You'd be sitting right here and you'd be somewhere else.
When will this planet come back?
Crazy how
it's here. It's already in the area.
Oh yes, right now it's in conjunction. It is behind the sun. It's coming up. It came up in the direction towards the sun's, say, 7:30 position.
Okay.
Now, when it comes out from behind, it'll be around the 1:30 position. And
will we be able to see it then?
Yeah. And when we see it, if you're not prepared, I mean, frankly, when we do see it, people are going to be standing out in the street. They're going to be pointing up to the sky.
You're going to see it like that?
Oh yeah.
I ain't never like that.
It's a melancholia scenario.
It's
just going to keep getting bigger and bigger because this thing is going to come around from behind the sun and cross over our orbit above us and ahead of us. And you know, there's a gentleman, Bob Dean, government whistleblower. He's one of my heroes. I mean, I just love this guy.
Good guy.
And I think in 2008 on Project Camelot, he made a prediction. He said, according to my sources, when we are going to be on the same side of the sun as the Planet X system when it goes into its aphelion leg. That's when it's going back south.
Okay.
And that is when it's really going to be jamming, you know.
And jamming meaning doing things to us?
To the sun, to us. First off, let me just explain the Planet X system.
Okay.
Never. And it hasn't been visible for a very long time to the naked eye because it's shrouded in iron oxide dust.
When will this planet come back? It's here. It's already in the area. Oh, yes.
Will we be able to see it then?
Yeah. Will you be able to see it then? Yeah.
When will this planet come back?
Time is the biggest lie because it's a man-made construction, limited reality to keep your consciousness locked. It's the reason why people age. It's the reason behind disease. It's the reason behind so much chaos within the world, because when you step away from time, you're in a whole new world, and it's beautiful to experience life that way. And it's the same reason why people choose to slow down when they're out shopping, because it's something they're enjoying. Imagine if you brought that mentality into other areas of your life, how much clearer you would be able to see things and comprehend. The mind is a beautiful tool, but when you don't understand it, they'll call you crazy. because it's so much easier to say you're crazy than to teach somebody to be empowered.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yo, check out this video my brother just sent me. This scholar, right, he just found a 15th century old Bible that got melanated faces in it before they Europeanized Caesar Borgia, or really colonized. Because it ain't about making everything black or melanated. But let's check out the video.
The binding, book binding in Ethiopia. The cover, wooden board cover. As you see, everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes it's amazing that, people in the 15th century, where they aware of color, all the things, even the virgin is painted black. Today we don't find such paintings in churches, always, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very well, this type of documents. Look, even the evangelist, this is magic, language, and the harag or the decorations. All this,
Them folks in Europe and Asia, they know what's up. They know what's up in Americas too, but they make too much money off the divide and conquer. The slavery narrative, it's too much money in it. Now, like I said, we know a lot of these books are doctrines of men. But where did these men originally find these doctrines at? Because they didn't come up with them in their head. They found an ancient story, a mystery system, a mystery school, and was like, oh, I can use this and pervert it and sell it to the masses. No difference in how they make a spiritual community now. The only reason why it's centered as a spiritual community is because they're trying to sell it. They're trying to sell it to you like they marketing it to you. Just no different than the urban community. Get out the misnomers. I am that I am. Now, shout out to all my Christians. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking on how they change the symbolism and how that can shift our brain. Think about how we grew up. Anytime we heard the word Jesus, even when you think about it now, you associate it with this. But Jesus ain't even supposed to have, he ain't really supposed to have a face. But when they did write a face, it was melanated folks. And you see it on the video. They in the streets holding the art in the middle of the street doing a ceremony. That was interesting. I can't wait to go to Europe to see the signs and symbols right in our face. You know what's crazy? Growing up, they had us thinking like, oh, Europe, that's the white man's land. It ain't nobody land. It ain't the white man, black, bro. This whole earth is for every human beings. The whole earth is for humans. These people, bro, these weak elites have made it to where we've fallen so low. We cannot get off our animalistic thinking patterns. We can't get out of our survival thinking patterns. We can't think about, oh, but this happened, how I feel about it, how I feel. Those emotions, they're programming us, bro. Because I'll show this video and you'll have people that come and practice their cognitive dissonance under my comments or under somebody else's comments. Listen, I was watching a video earlier and I'm like, well, I don't like this video. And I just swiped off. You got to understand, anybody trying to project, no, this is this. You're African. Stop digging, stop thinking. That's an elite nanobot that they got on their brain. And it's working for them. They can use us to delete us. Use the people against the people. That's what they do. So while you arguing about Muslim, Christian, it's the same thing. At the core of it. It's just expressing a different language. You like strawberry ice cream? I like coffee ice cream, buddy. That's all it is. But it gotta be known that history was wiped. This was altered from an ill intent. And I think this is the Jesuit order type of what's going on with this. Shoot. They said King James might have been a brother. That's tough. Or one of the King James, because who knows how many of them they are. Just an amazing video I wanted to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because that book looks so fire. And at the time that they was writing that book, it was probably a different frequency on this realm. I'm not saying folks ain't been warned about land and on barbarian time, and we know certain groups of people on this land. We know it's a certain group of people on this land that go everywhere and they just war and kill, you know? And they're doing that to this day. They're doing that to this day. But who orders are they following? It only take one to corrupt the masses. So yeah, just showing y'all some video. I'll make a little thought-provoking video. That's all I'm doing on my TikToks and my YouTube, just to make you think, you know? We ain't no teachers, we ain't no master, we students first, you know? Student of life. We should all be students of life, man. And we should all recognize something. The more I learn that I have a lot to learn. Yo, check out this video my brother just sent me. This scholar.
That's cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy though, like how this book showed Jesus as black. You know, that makes you think like, come on, man. You know? But hey, everybody got their own perspective. It is what it is. Let me see that.
You need to get the boys.
That's in Miami.
Did the kids come out to look?
Yeah, like how did that?
Did you see it though when it was over here? It looked so crazy. It looked like it's on fire.
It is. Here.
I don't think that's it. That sound comes from over there.
That's the noise, isn't it?
What the heck? Look at it, boy. Look at it.
That's interesting though.
Look at it. That don't even look normal.
That don't look normal.
Like it turned into a spirit.
That's funny.
Here.
These guys be showing up.
И куда ж ты поплыл? Все такое большое.
How is it giving off that color?
И там они себе еще летают. А это пятно вот такое.
Wow.
Неужели люди не видят, а? Ну вот. Боже мой. В телефоне.
Отогнали, они грозу отогнали.
Ага.
А нам дождик нужен. Пусть польет.
Это да.
Taking a video of it. Right? Ooh, there's another one in front of it. 4.
There's 4?
Yeah. Do you see the one right ahead of it? It's like rotating. Isn't that neat?
Come over here, that's me.
Taking a
Did you guys hear the news about New York? New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced she will be signing a bill aimed at giving reparations for slavery, y'all. Check this video out.
By signing this bill today, I'm authorizing the creation of a commission, a committee to study.
Truth hidden in plain sight, bro. I enjoy watching movies or shows that as I'm watching them, they'll say like a fact or something. And I'll be like, wait, let me look that up to see if it's real. And I look it up and it's real. And I'm like, oh, this is good and tasty. I was watching this series called The House of Usher, I believe is the name of the series. And this happened a lot in this series. Like they will mention things and I'm like, is that real? And then I look it up and I'm like, that's real. So this next clip that I'm going to show you talks about hollow earth.
I do not mean to do that in the mic.
By the Trans-Globe Expedition, bro. And as I'm watching the show, I'm like, ooh, let me go down this rabbit hole. So I literally had to pause the show as I went down the deepest rabbit hole, looking into the Trans-Globe Expedition and everything that I just heard with this clip that I'm about to show you. But this show covers a lot of other things other than this. It talks about the pharmaceutical industry, bro, about... It goes deep into that. And all these things that they're mentioning, I'm sitting here Googling it, statistics and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's kind of making the show real. So watch this clip right here. And let me know what you think in the comments. But before I put this clip on, make sure you show your brother some love and hit that like, follow, share. Come on, save this.
You remember the Trans-Globe Expedition? 79 to 82, circumnavigated the globe. UK to the South Pole, to the North Pole, and home again, around the world.
I remember.
100,000 miles.
Across the Sahara. Swamps and jungles of Mali and the Ivory Coast, unexplored crevasse fields in Antarctica, the Northwest Passage.
Graveyard of so many famous adventurers.
And then into the hazards of the Arctic Ocean. I remember it, Roderick.
Arthur was there. He was barely 25. He put law school on hold to elbow his way onto the expedition, and he saw the fucking world. While you and I were dicking around with our petty little dramas and we were digging in the basement of Fortunato, Arthur Gordon Pym was bending the planet over and taking his piece. The things he saw, and he'll talk about them too, to a point. Always stops telling it as he gets to the North Pole. Used to be a fun game when the kids grew up, trying to finish Arthur's story. I like to think he killed someone. I like to think he's eaten human flesh. I like to think he took a piss on the tip top of the world.
Guy can dream.
He told one of my kids that the earth was hollow. And I don't even know if he was lying.
He was lying.
He told Tammy the earth was hollow and that he found an island the top of the world that he called Ultima Thule, and that it was the realm of beings who lived beneath us, out of time and out of space.
Cute.
Truth hidden in plain sight, bro. I enjoy watching.
Definitely a nugget of truth in there somewhere. You just have to really rewatch it or something, man.
Now what you about to see right here?
I saw this.
It's these little kids, little teenagers. They found underground bunker or base or some shit like that. They gonna take their little hot asses on up in there. Look at them steps. Look at that shit. A fucking gym. What's that? A movie theater. Back rooms. Yeah. A vault. For what? Yeah, there's more to it. I couldn't get everything, so I took a look at this little tiny tunnel and shit. Entering the little hallway. I don't know what they got covering that motherfucker. That's some strange shit to be up in there. It's a fact. Old cameras. That's creepy as a motherfucker. Yeah. Why y'all going in there? They go to bank vault again. Long ass ladder. Climbed up. They all the way up there. There go the little hole. Crazy. Now
why is that there though?
Right? So we already know about Tortilla and how we've been building over stuff and acting like it's new shit, but it's really old. Some of that shit kind of look like that. But then you got these people smuggling these kids, and that's probably how they doing it, with these little underground bunkers and whatnot. I guarantee you that. So if they found this in Chicago, just imagine all the other places it's happening at. That's a fact. We got to be careful out here. Ain't no telling what they doing. They gonna just, bro, this is wild. This is wild. And shout out to them, because I ain't no way I would have took my ass down there. That's a fact. Never, ever, ever, ever.
You don't know what's down there.
For real. This is probably where they smuggling these kids at. Y'all know that they cloned Tyrone? Same shit. They went underground and found what they was doing in all the laboratories and what they was doing to us. Like, it's probably the same shit they using this for in Chicago. We all know how deadly it is in Chicago, dog. So the shit all makes sense to me. You dig? Be careful out there, man. Watch your surroundings. Stay on your pivot. And make sure you got your motherfucking protection. Peace. No.
This so look at that. They got a permit. Trying to get out the permit. could be time travelers, man. If you look too much alike, you ain't gonna count. Cologne. If they not, they definitely related, right? Cause they all look alike. That makes you wonder, like, is they time traveling? I don't know.
Denver UFO mothership.
What's going on here, America?
Did you fall from the thing?
I saw this, but I'm gonna let this play out.
We seen them drop out of a fucking mothership that just flew away, and these things.
And now they're forming shapes.
Oh my God. We fucking watched it drop out of the fucking ship.
We watched it
come
out of the motherfucking.
Oh my God, what the fuck is this?
I can't make this up, cuz. Y'all share this shit, right? Share this motherfucking shit, cuz.
Why is she acting like that, though?
Come on, big troll alert. Come on, leave them comments. Now, I'm currently downtown Denver. I'm in Colorado, cuz.
Where they say the airport.
Niggas, y'all see
do your research.
With your own eyes. Y'all see, I am not making. That's why I went live instead of recording.
This is fucking
Cuz
insane.
I cannot make this up. Now, what the fuck is this low one doing? You see it down there low. What's this one doing down there? Ramu can't make this up.
Denver UFO
What's
mothership.
going on here, America?
So you do it. He got jacked up, dang. I don't understand, bro. Nah. I'm gonna have to have like a cross something with me when I'm in the woods like that. I don't know. You got me messed up.
They start preparing you to think like a slave as young as 5 years old. And it's all wrapped up and hidden in one little statement. What you want to be when you grow up? They start preparing
That
you.
is true. What you want to be when you grow up. Dang. I'm just trying to be a kid.
This shit is crazy,
Dang.
y'all. Do y'all know what Generation Alpha is? Before I even start, I had a crazy spiritual awakening last night. And when I tell y'all this information, it's really going to hit home. Listen to this shit. You know how they said we're all part of a certain generation, right? The silent, the boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, the millennials like me, Gen Z. Everybody thought that Gen Z was the last generation, but the last generation is Alpha. Now, you know what don't make sense? Why would they call the last generation Alpha? For those who don't know, Alpha means something that is first, like the very first. Look at the time period that these babies are born from. Now look, I want y'all to also look at this shit. Generation. Gene. Everybody knows that the gene is what make up the body, right? This whole time we thought generations meant by time. It really mean by different genes. Alpha, the new gene. Y. Y'all should remember this, right? Normally when you see alpha, it normally goes omega after. That means from beginning to end. I'm not trying to get religious, but y'all remember, God always said, I'm the alpha and omega, the beginning and the end, right? I just want y'all to think what's going to come after this generation. Think about it, all the way down to alpha.
In your genetic code, it's a double helix that right turns, and there are these sulfur bridges in the midst of every single atom that you have that has a code. And what happens is every 10 there's a bridge, and then every 5 there's a bridge, and then every 6 there's a bridge, and then every 5 there's a bridge, and then it repeats over and over and over and over again. And that's a part of your DNA, that's a part of my DNA. This is something that we just recently discovered. This whole thing of 10, 5, 6, 5. Well, what is amazing is with the numbers actually correspond with Jewish letters. The number, if you notice that there's 2 number 5s, both of those are H's. And then if you'll notice that the number 10 is a Y and the number 6 is a W, is how the Jews spell Yahweh. And God's name is literally written in your DNA. Okay, well, you see how there's 2 number 5s and there's 2 H's. The word for both of those is behold, behold. The symbol for the Y is a hand, and the symbol for the W is a nail. The name Yahweh means behold the nails in my hands.
I want y'all to understand what's going on right now, bro. Look, y'all, this is just for entertainment purposes only, right? Just put 2 and 2 together, yo. You also peep the next generation of people starts in 2024. If you think that was some need to show love for that Donnie, here we go!
They've been telling us.
While your captain and autopilot transports tons of entertainment, dining, and with our all-access wheelchairs, even Grandma can join the fun. There's no need to walk. I am everything you need to do.
Nah, they was pinning some truths in this Wall-E movie. Like, what? Imagine. That is so lazy.
They've been telling us.
I'm gonna watch that movie tonight, man. Wall-E.
Have y'all seen this? Look at this, y'all. This is in Russia.
What is that?
You got water coming up from underneath the ground. Dirty water at that. But do y'all see that?
Все пиздец, сейчас все затопит. Перельет.
I gotta skip that.
Fun. Are you having fun? Of course. And Eminem, are you having fun?
Bro, look.
2 of us are having fun. This is fun. Are you having fun? Of course.
Nah, he looking mad.
Eminem,
Nah.
are you having
How
fun?
you look?
I'm going to show you guys an image that's going to terrify you. So I ask that you please be prepared. This is an image that's been used across the internet whenever talking about creepy paranormal things, but there's not a lot of people who know where it actually came from. This is a still taken from one of my favorite found footage horror movies. It's called Grave Encounters, and it follows the story of a group of paranormal investigators. And one day, they decide to explore an abandoned insane asylum. It was for the 6th episode of their TV show, and they even decided that it would be better for views if they locked themselves inside for the entire night, and nobody would be back for them until the next morning. While roaming through the ominous hallways and corridors, searching for spirits, they soon find the answers they were looking for. And all I'm gonna say is, what was supposed to be a simple paranormal investigation quickly turns into a horrifying nightmare. If you're brave enough to watch it for yourself,
No,
again,
I'm
it's
good.
called Grave Encounters.
I don't do the scary stuff.
Is that why they call themselves Violent Boys? Is that why they call themselves?
Now that Epstein Island is becoming a resort, let's talk about the island's dark history. The island was owned by a billionaire named Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Jeffrey Epstein was basically supervillain level evil, and his island was essentially his super lair. Now, Jeffrey owned this island for about 2 decades, and during those 2 decades, he would use the island to traffic girls who were not of age, hold them captive, and do all sorts of unspeakable things to them. Now, this situation was absolutely horrible for these girls, and it was made even worse since they were on an island in the middle of the ocean, and essentially had no hope for escape. Now, Jeffrey was friends with many celebrities and other billionaires that you probably know, and some of them allegedly made trips to his island, which is thought to be the reason why Jeffrey is no longer alive anymore, but we will get there eventually. Now, luckily for all the girls being held captive, Jeffrey's island was eventually raided by the FBI, and Jeffrey Epstein was arrested. But sadly, Jeffrey would never have to face his crimes, as he was found unresponsive in his jail cell before his trial. Now, there were many fishy details when it came to Jeffrey's passing, as the video surveillance in the jail when he passed failed, and didn't record what happened. Also, the guards on duty at the time of Jeffrey's passing were charged with multiple counts of records falsification. Because of these weird circumstances, many people think that the billionaires that Jeffrey was friends with caused him to pass so that way they wouldn't be exposed during the trial. But that's just a popular internet theory, at least for now. Now that Epstein Island is becoming a resort, let's talk about the island's dark history.
It's definitely a good theory, though. The guy just killed him, so nobody would really know who else was behind doing some stuff, too. Yeah. I don't think he killed himself, though. I don't really think dude's still alive. Who knows, though? Who knows?
This island has one of the most disturbing histories in America, and no one really knows the full truth behind it. So like I said before, this island was owned by multi-millionaire Francis Sheldon, pictured right here. And Francis and a number of other local men from Michigan, including this guy, Gerald S. Richards, ran a boys' camp on the island. They would fly kids to the island on this airstrip, kids from the YMCA and other schools and communities in the area. And both the children and the parents of the children who attended this boys' camp were told that this was an island of fun where kids could relax. They had big brothers there. It was going to be totally safe. And this camp ran on this island for a period of years. Then one day, some of the kids who attended the camp began to tell their parents that the counselors or the teachers, the adults that were there on the island, had behaved with them in very, very inappropriate ways. They began telling their friends and parents that they were taken into these cabins pictured here on the island. They were assaulted. They were told to remove all of their clothing and that there were cameras all over the place. Well, it turns out that this guy, the multi-millionaire with political and business connections in the area, Francis Sheldon, was running a massive CP ring. And they had been abusing the children on this island under the guise of bringing them to a boys' camp for years, recording all of it, selling it across the world. And some of the more affluent clients of their business were even allowed to take trips to the island themselves.
I thought about something. You know, YouTube be too straight, so I ain't even bother. That's all I heard.
Okay, so who are the reptilians? Now this is long over.
Let's see what you talking about.
This because there's so much discussion and controversy over the reptilian topic. So it's only right if I give y'all my version of my breakdown of the reptilians. Now, first thing first, do I believe that there's a reptilian government controlling everything? My insight and wisdom is actually based off of my actual experiences and discernment. And
It was May 25th.
Yes, May.
A women.
Okay, so who?
I don't know why I just did that.
Now this is. Now,
My
first
bad.
first, do I believe that there's a reptilian government controlling everything? My insight and wisdom is actually based off of my actual experiences and discernment. And I've never experienced or seen an actual reptile person, so I can't actually say there's reptile beings on the planet and controlling us and the government. But I also can't say there's not. But as far as my opinion on the matter, I do know that there's people controlling our government who are stuck in their reptilian part of their brain. Because if you didn't know, the brain is 3-parted. You have what you consider the lizard brain, the mammal brain, and the human brain. The lizard brain being stuck in the lower chakras, not yet activating the neocortex. And these reptilian-minded people only want power. So that's the reptiles I see. And they also push a lot of fear, which is also in the lower brain and chakras. Seek metaphysical understandings. Okay, so who are the reptilians? Now this is...
It was May 25th.
Yes, May.
A women born on May 25th.
This terrifying video was posted anonymously on the dark web. It shows a group of people visiting a cave and discovering creatures that do not exist on this earth.
What is that?
This terrifying video.
Latino individuals all around the land. Okay? They understand this. So they need to eliminate the target. You are the target, but they cannot eliminate you unless they identify you. Okay? They used to use nanobots. They've been using nanobots since the 1900s, but we are rising and our spiritual development is at such a level that the nanobots are melting because we are heating up within. The Kundalini energy rises, the warmer it gets, the warmer we get, the stronger we get. Alright? So, you have to understand that you have 7 chakras.
95% of diseases are nutritional. Only 5% are gene-based.
95% of diseases are nutritional.
Nutritional and
Wow.
lifestyle. So
So
only
even in
5%
genetics.
are actually based on your genetics.
Sure.
And those are the rarest diseases. It's not hypertension. It's not diabetes. It's not even most of the cancers. It's not breast cancer, prostate cancer, colorectal cancer. None of the cancers that
Come
you
from the
think
food. That's what it's coming from.
95% of
How does it do that? Oh no, somebody explained that to me. Was that Photoshop or something? Cause I ain't never, like, ain't no way the water froze like that. I don't know.
The Egyptians said all is atum. So today we still say that everything is made of atoms. The current model of atom is incorrect. Everything is made of atoms, we know that, but we don't know the true geometry of what an atom is. It's not particles. They call it a particle wave duality. So is it a particle or a wave? Well, I'm here to show you guys what I've discovered, and what helped me is that this is what an atom actually is.
Oh wow.
It's a whirlpool of energy. It's toroidal in structure. But see, we're told, mainstream science tells us that our electromagnetic field simply just comes out of the North Pole and into the South Pole in straight lines. But that's not true, you guys. The true structure of the electromagnetic field, it spirals out of the top and spirals out of the bottom. Basically, this was Nikola Tesla's greatest discovery, was the counter-rotating fields of magnetism. That not only does your electromagnetic field curve, but it curls.
Hey,
That's the hard book. So this right here.
But I think of, like, let me say, like, you know, just a piece of, like, atom. It's like a piece of crumb off of, like, a chip or something. That's what I think of. It's all the same. I mean, it's just a piece of crumb off the chip. That's all it is. All the same. Just in different forms. That's really all it is. That's how I look at it.
Is your electromagnetic field. At the very top, you see that it swirls out, and at the very bottom, it swirls out. So what you see is this formation. This is found all in nature. We know that this shape is what creates the crown chakra in India. It's called the Sahasrara crown chakra. Why is it your crown chakra? Because it's the aura that is produced once you become one with the earth. So what I'm saying is, The point of meditation is to become one with nature. The earth has a north and south pole. You also have a north and south pole. So when you ground yourself or you connect with earth, you're sharing that north and south pole. Now your north pole becomes the earth's north pole. It's like stacking magnets on top of each other. They become one magnet. One more thing I want to say is this here. I have 3 magnets. This is one block magnet, and I have 2 little disc magnets on each side. I could even put one here. And what's happening is it's sticking to the plane of inertia. Magnets don't just stick to the top and bottom. They also stick to the very center, which is the plane of inertia, which is why your Milky Way galaxy is a flat disk. So yes, this Hearth book is a flat earth book. But it's not just a flat earth book, it's a truth book. And I didn't mean to cut you off there. What'd you say, Killer Priest?
No, I said, all right, perfect. This is a perfect storm right here. We was just talking about that. Go ahead, let's go.
And so look, so what I have on my face is Phi here. Phi is, we say God is everywhere. And that's right. God is in all things, not just all physical things. He's the not just he, God is sexless. I like to say that God is sexless, which is not male or female. And the devil, which means double, is male and female. That's why Baphomet is a male and female, because God cannot be a male or female. It's neither. It's spirit. Spirit is in all males and all females. So therefore, God is spirit, sexless. The devil is matter, both sexes. But what I want to say is this. God is infinite. It says in the Bible, God was, is, and is to come. So it doesn't have a beginning. Only things that are material have a beginning and ending. Spirit is eternal. So therefore, God is what is eternal. What is eternal? It's love. Love can never be destroyed. Ether also spells heart, also spells earth, because what produces your electromagnetic field around your body is your core corazon. What produces the electromagnetic field on the earth is the core. So our hearts, heart, earth, and ether, they all have the same letters because they're all the same. Everything is atoms. And what is an atom? It's this right here on my face. Look, I'm going to show you. This is amazing. What you have here is the Phi symbol. It's made up of a torus and a hyperbola, which makes this here, which is what you see when a nuclear bomb goes off. You have a giant mushroom cloud, which is the tree, and this hyperbola, or the snake eating its tail. I mean, that's actually the torus. What's happening here is this torus is made when a nuclear bomb explodes. It's the release of energy. So what is ether? What is God? It's eternal, infinite energy. Everything else is just the release of energy. So what is God? You can say an invisible dragon that never wakes up, forever sleeping. Or you could even say a nuclear bomb, but it explodes. It's energy. When it explodes, that's the release of energy. Ken Wheeler says people have it mixed up. They think that energy is a giant nuclear bomb. That's not energy. That's the release of energy. Energy is pure potential, which has the potential of creating that force. So force takes the form of a torus. So therefore, everything in the universe will take that toroidal torus. Everything is just the release of energy. God, the universe, I will say God is the universe. It's everything matter and spirit. The universe has expressed itself into many for the simple joy of returning or becoming one again. The Egyptians said all is atum. So today,
this man fell asleep in the airport for so long that they built a glass box around him. Rumor has it, if you stand close enough to the glass, you could hear him snoring. He's been asleep for so long, the airport was literally built around him. I fooled you, didn't I? I know you thought this man was real. This is actually a very hyper-realistic statue that is designed to look like someone who actually fell asleep in the Orlando airport. The story behind the statue is that it was created in 1986. That statue was made back in 1986, and it still looks that realistic.
That's
so
crazy.
This was actually a basketball coach. That's why he has all these sports bags.
Nah, bro, that gotta be a real person. Ain't no way.
Coach's team. I don't know if he was flying with them or flying on a solo trip, but somehow he ended up falling asleep to pass by time while he waited for his flight. And he ended up falling asleep for 36 hours. Missed his whole entire flight there and back completely. He ended up missing the whole entire game. His team ended up winning, by the way, which was good. But he fell asleep for so long that they literally dedicated a whole statue to this guy and called it the Traveler. Somehow he slept for over a whole day in the airport in this position. I don't know how no one woke him up. what he was going through, but apparently he was stressed over the game or something. He must have been training those kids extremely hard to be that tired. Like, what have you not slept in a week, buddy? But I'm still just amazed that the artist made this realistic for 1983. Like, that's just insane.
Yeah,
you can go
that's
visit the
pretty good.
statue in Orlando Airport. Let me know what you guys think about this. And don't forget to hit the plus button or else you're going to end up like a statue yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's get it.
It's kind of...
This
Why chosen people are very dangerous and why you should not get on their bad side.
Consciousness, which is mass and spirit, okay, is the broadcast. Okay. Your soul is the signal. Hence why the Illuminati sell your soul. They want the signal, right? Water as a dipole molecule and antenna. Okay, it's the antenna, because check this out. People talk about water having memory, right? The memory.
Bro,
before Big Pharma pulled up and debo everybody out the way, it was mostly holistic healing hospitals around. This go back to the early 1900s. They got you thinking that healing with herbs is something 3,000, 4,000 years ago. No, obviously it's still being practiced and it always been practiced, but it was practiced on a mass level. When you see pictures of old hospitals or pictures inside of older hospitals, you see more herbs around, more spices and juices and liquids, instead of just these colorful, toxic things. Y'all gotta understand. Shout out to Yaki Awakening. He just did an interview on this, and I got a video coming real quick to show you another doctor breaking it down how Big Pharma came and deboed everybody. But Rockefeller came and made a business play. A lot of people think the world war ended. They think the war ended with World War II, right? Now, I ain't gonna speak on it too much because TikTok don't like you talking about these certain things. Basically, John D. Rockefeller, his family bought out every single hospital. All the hospitals that wanted your investment from this family, you have to practice the old teachings. You have to throw out the old teachings and income with the new. Take these pills, and it heals you. But even the color coding on the pills is toxic. Let's get into this video.
Third leading cause of death, as published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, is MD-directed treatment. This means you go to a medical doctor, an MD, he gives you a treatment and you die from it. According to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, 15,000 Medicare patients a month are killed by MD treatment, and nobody goes to jail.
And nobody goes to jail. So these people are the real criminals. They are the real criminals.
15,000 people a month are killed by medical doctor treatments, and we don't bat an eyelash. This is because we have been, I don't want to say brainwashed, that's not the correct term, but we have been, for the last 100 years, kind of led into this false belief. You know, I think it was Marcus Welby that started it, that the medical doctor is king and knows everything about everything. And really, you need to just shut up and follow your medical doctor's advice. Most people in the United States have no idea at all of the history of the evolution of medicine in the United States. In the early 1900s, it was a relatively level playing field between the chiropractors, the osteopaths, the homeopaths, and the MDs. In 1915, 1920, there was something called the Flexner Report. The Carnegie Corporation funded this man named Abraham Flexner. He went all around the country, and he went on stagecoach and train and horseback. This was before the interstate highway system, right? It took Flexner 5 years to do this. He went all around the country and did an inventory of all of the medical schools that prescribed drugs.
Bought them out.
He brought the list back to the Carnegies, who own drug companies, and then the Carnegies and the Rockefellers gave millions of dollars of free money to the medical schools and hospitals in the United States that were prescribing drugs. That was the beginning of the end. After the Flexner Report, there was no more level playing field in the United States. And the MDs started a juggernaut that's taken off. Most people in the United States think that the predominant medicine here MD-directed pharmaceutical medicine. We think that those guys are top dog because their therapeutics are better than the homeopaths or the naturopaths or the chiropractors. It's not. They're in the driver's seat because of political and financial coalitions that were built at the turn of the century that most people have no idea of at all. And it's a gigantic problem. And I mean, it's crazy, right? It's the third leading cause of death. And yet, when the government makes noise about messing with people's insurance, everybody freaks out. And that's a whole other thing to talk about, isn't it? Because what is medical insurance? When you buy medical insurance, what are you doing? You're betting that you're going to get so sick, you will not be able to afford it.
And you know what's crazy about this? Pardon me, y'all, I had to make this video twice because they muted it the first time. When you go to hospitals, last time I went to the hospital and I thought I had food poisoning, right? And this was like 2019. And I literally was on the floor shaking when I was at home. But as soon as I walked into the hospital, I felt better. It's psychology. They got us thinking as soon as we in the hospital, we're healed. All the doctor did is I laid on the bed, he put the IV in me and hydrated me, bro. Literally. But I think it's some subconscious programming that they got. It's not even I think. I know as soon as you walk into the hospital, you're going to feel better. Because they have tricked you to think they're supposed to heal you. These people ain't healing you. They're treating you like test subjects. You feel me? But let's get into it.
So what are you doing? You're betting that you're going to get so sick, you will not be able to afford it. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And then, so you pay good money every month to gain access to a system of medicine that's the third leading cause of death in the United States. We need our heads examined, quite frankly. That's why we give, Dr. Wallach and myself collectively, we give 400 free lectures a year. And we're building a grassroots network because people don't know this. I mean, people, I come to my lectures and they look at me and say, couch potatoes live longer, medical doctors are the third leading cause of death. You know, what's going on here? We're like the people, you know, in Galileo's time saying, hey, everybody, you know, it's the sun that's at the center of the solar system, not the earth. Well, hey, everybody, the earth is round, it's not flat. Or, hey, everybody, slavery's a bad thing. Right? This is, we have a social agenda here. Why do we have a social agenda? Because people are suffering needlessly. You wouldn't believe, as God is my witness, you would not believe the things that I've seen people recover from.
One of that video, right? And pay attention to this. These folks experimenting on us. Your doctor is really a scientist, a mad scientist. Like we some test subjects for real. Ain't nobody trying to heal you, fam. They trying to see what's gonna happen when we do this. What reaction will I get if I do this? Let me put your whole body through chemotherapy and put you through radiation just to see what's gonna happen. You know how many people think that's the source? They took my family out like that. Probably a lot of y'all too. With this false illusion. We got loved ones that's still supposed to be doing things on the realm, creating. You see how much of an attack it is? But I think this is spiritual, bro. I don't think this is just a physical Rocker D fella wanted some money and he scaled up, and because if you learn about Rocker
This is all spiritual work.
it seemed like he just scaled his business and sold all these waste petroleum products to earn billions. And I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper than that, fam. I think we got some entities on this planet that need us dumb. Because who gonna go to work? Who paying the bills if everybody is self-governed? What debt system gonna actually be able to exist on this realm if everybody doing for self? Everybody know how to build their own cars. I'm at the car dealership right now. What if I knew how to fix my own car, build my own car from scratch? This whole business would be de facto. What if I knew how to heal myself? Their whole system would be de facto. Wouldn't nobody need a pill if they just knew how to stop eating? Detox, fam. People be like, oh, I'm sick. I be doing deliveries, right? And they be like, leave it at the door, I'm sick. You ordering Chick-fil-A. What are you doing? Why are you eating Chick-fil-A? I'll be wanting to throw that away, bro. But I'll be like, hey, I guess, hey, even me, when I was just saying how your profession could be a detriment to this realm, hey, I be serving people. People think, oh, RX drug dealers and all that. Nah, you serving food, that's drugs. They put drugs in everything. The TV, food. But listen, TikTok, hey, don't take me down. I'm just expressing my opinions from the things that I see on the internet media that you give me. Don't I have an opinion? I know I'm on y'all platform. But hey, let me speak though. Y'all let females come on here and do whatever. Y'all let these crash outs come on here and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Promote degeneracy. So, let me speak my truth. Speak your truth, like the girl said in the room with Ye. Speak your truth. Shut your ass up. You see how this a whole ploy. They wiped out all them old hospitals. It's over with for it. It's over with for them. And we didn't even know that happened. I never knew that happened till recently, till I seen the Yaki Awakening interview. I'm like, yo, it makes sense that majority of the hospitals was... Bro, before Big Pharma pulled...
Yeah, this is why we gotta learn how to heal ourselves, man. Cause they can't make money off of you. You already know how to heal yourself. They ain't making nothing. You can make money off of people that's sick, man. Dang, it's sad. Cycle just keep going. Generation after generation. Sad. They gotta end somewhere,
So
right?
focus on this lab-grown meat. They got lab-grown fruit. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Of lab-grown meat, but what about lab-grown fruit?
Lab-grown fruit.
Plant and food research are looking at how to produce fruit without a tree, vine, or bush. Katie Stevenson explains.
Unnaturally.
It may not look like it now, but this petri dish has the makings of blueberries.
We could have a kind of a whole new growing system for fresh plant foods.
A system that looks completely different from what we've always
That's not
known.
even a blue. That don't even look like a blueberry.
It's changing. We've got climate change, which is going to cause...
Yo, they be doing too much, man. They be doing too much.
Where we live and how we
Lab-grown
grow,
fruit.
where we grow. Plant and food research is working with cells from a range of fruits, including cherries, peaches, and apples. Scientists say among the benefits could be reducing the environmental impact of food production.
What about the
and
nutrients?
being able to feed future populations in urban cities.
What about the nutrients?
By in our growing systems, we can fill those gaps in the year where there might be pressure.
So while we was so focused on this lab-grown meat, they was coming at us with this lab-grown fruit. So even if you do eat right, or try to eat right, that shit come from a lab still. We heard them talk about how they can make more food. But what about the nutrients? We didn't hear how nutritious it was. Aren't you guys entertained? Let me know what you guys think about the lab-grown fruit in the comments.
What you guys entertained? That's funny.
That Ariana Grande was actually tormented by demons.
Ariana Grande?
Yeah, and this is a crazy story because in 2014, she went to this cemetery, right? It's called Stull Cemetery, right? And she went there in 2004.
There is communication chaos across...
That Ariana Grande was actually tormented
quick.
by demons.
Ariana Grande?
Yeah, and this is a crazy story because in 2014, she went to this cemetery, right? It's called Stull Cemetery, right? And she went there in 2014. And this cemetery is so haunted that the Pope himself won't even fly over it.
Oh shit!
Like he'll tell his pilot to go around it, right? So while she was there, she already said she said this on a Complex interview.
Yeah.
She was like, when I got there, I had this sick, overwhelming feeling, and it smelled like sulfur.
Oh, is that like the smell of...
When you smell sulfur, that means the D word is present, right? So right away, she said, as soon as she got that feeling, she said, oh, I did an apology, but right before she left, she took a picture of the cemetery.
Excuse me.
In that picture, she sees distinct figures, three faces of textbook demons.
Yo, what the...
Bro, I'm telling you, it's
So she came out and said all of this stuff too?
to Complex. This is all in an interview.
What the?
You see that face, no?
Go.
You see that?
Let me
face?
see.
Yeah, go.
That looks like a person.
Yeah, like peeking out.
What the
It's so now the next 2 days, this is what happened to her. She heard whispers in her like head.
Oh shit, they got to her.
And there was lots of signs going on. So when she was sending files to on Gmail, it said, can't send this file. It's 666 megabytes.
No.
A bunch of it. So I think it was like a week after it kept going.
Yeah.
When she was sleeping, right beside her, she saw dark matter.
What do you mean by that?
Standing there. You know when you get sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
She saw it right there. And she saw it move to the front of her, right? And this is going on like every single day. And this is how it all ties out. She has a song called Break Free.
Oh, and that was because of that?
Yeah, and in the song she says a line where it says, I was under your spell like a deadly feeling.
Yo.
And throughout, fam, you can see throughout the music video, there's a sign of like a devil's stamp
On her, like the mark of the beast.
She takes it, throws it on the ground, stomps on it like she broke free. Yeah, so that was the whole meaning of that song, if you guys didn't know. That Ariana Grande was actually tormented by demons.
Ariana Grande.
There is communication chaos across the country this morning with a major Optus outage currently affecting more than 10.
UFC fighter knows this energy drink is demonic.
So, why do they fill these up? It's silly. It's annoying.
He outright disowns Monster Energy drink. Puts it away every chance he gets. He knows something that most people don't about Monster.
I'm excited about, my staff is excited about, the internet's excited about it. It's got some good buzz. It's a fun car. You're a little bit. You sold your soul for Monster. You sold your soul to that Monster. I can look in the mirror and be happy. Give me a...
He knows it's demonic.
But they're a sponsor. I mean, these guys are a sponsor. They're great sponsors. They pay these guys a lot of money. Monster is one of these companies that really takes care of people, and it's their company. They can sponsor whoever they want and run their business however they want. Isn't like a work situation where you're working for somebody and you're not happy about the way you're being treated. This is a sponsorship deal. These guys can spend their money and run their company however they want.
Look at this guy.
So, if you don't like the way they do business, don't do business with them, But they've been good. They've been good to us. They've been good to the sport, and they've definitely been good to the fighters.
UFC fighter knows this energy drink is demonic.
He really protecting them. Like, no, dude. Get out of here.
Stop. You're going to want to see this. Somebody apparently recorded a satellite that fell out of orbit. I think y'all going to want to see this. So somebody reporting found the satellite that crashed from out of orbit. As y'all can see right there, there is a parachute or a balloon or something that is attached to this satellite. So that means somebody been lying to us. Them launches that we seen, that was a lie? Yeah, I think so. I think we starting to get the gist now. Remember how I said the parachute and how these satellites was attached to these parachutes, right? Right. Watch this. This is a satellite that is going up in the sky, into orbit. Are we seeing this? So what happened to the space launches? How the satellites got up there in the first place? Oh, they got up there through these balloons. Interesting. So the satellites that are up in the sky, they're on parachutes instead of being in orbit. Yeah, that's good information to know. Flat Earth! My bad. Now let me know what y'all think about these satellites being attached to hot air balloons in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me.
He just had to slip that in there. Flat Earth. He is funny.
There is a firmament that's actually real. It's not a dome, and it's not a barrier that we can't pass through.
we know.
The firmament is actually
We
the
know.
stratosphere, different layers of the atmosphere at the higher levels. What's interesting is when you look at the Enuma Elish, it talks about the separation of the division of waters from waters. It talks about the fact that Earth was a broken off fragment of this other planet named Tiamat, which was the fourth planet originally from the sun. It was 4 to 6 times larger than Earth, and Mars orbited it. Mars used to be a habitable moon of Tiamat. Astrophysicists confirm that Mars appears to have been a moon of another planet that broke up and became the asteroid belt. Guess where that knowledge is located? It's located in the Enuma Elish and the 7 tablets of creation, which the Bible took the firmament statements from, and dividing the waters from the waters and everything else about the creation of the planet Earth directly from the Enuma Elish. The part they left out was that the Earth was a fragment, a massive fragment of Tiamat as it broke off and broke away and then recoalesced as planet Earth and took the 3rd spot in orbit. There is a firmament that's actually real. It's not a dome, and it's not a barrier that we can't pass through. The firmament is actually the stratosphere, different layers of the atmosphere at the higher levels. What's interesting is when you look at the Enuma Elish, it talks about the separation of the division of waters from waters. It talks about the fact that Earth was a broken off fragment of this other planet named Tiamat, which was the 4th planet originally from the sun. It was 4 to 6 times larger than Earth, and Mars orbited it. Mars used to be a habitable moon of Tiamat. Astrophysicists confirm that Mars appears to have been a moon of another planet that broke up and became the asteroid belt. Guess where that knowledge is located? It's located in the Enuma Elish and the 7 tablets of creation, which the Bible took the firmament statements from, and dividing the waters from the waters and everything else about the creation of the planet Earth directly from the Enuma Elish. The part they left out was that the Earth was a fragment, a massive fragment of Tiamat as it broke off and broke away and then recoalesced as planet Earth and took the 3rd spot in orbit. There is a firmament that's actually real. It's not a dome, and it's not a...
So y'all really about to sit here and not talk about how Gypsy Rose about to get out of jail on December 28th, 2020?
The most important things about life are the things that you cannot see. I'm talking energies, frequencies, vibrations, emotions, thoughts. So when you begin to make yourself aware of the things in this world that you cannot see, I promise you, you will be living a completely different life. And ironically, you will see things a lot more clearer. The most important things about life are the things that you cannot see. I'm talking energies, frequencies, vibrations, emotions, thoughts. So when you begin to make yourself aware of the things in this world that you cannot see, I promise you, you will be living a completely different life. And ironically, you will see things a lot more clearer. The most important things about life are the things that you cannot see. I'm talking energy.
Divine, control your spirit.
So are you saying religion is poison to the black mind? Is religion poison?
There's a new trending rapper named
Divine,
control your spirit. So are you saying religion is poison to the black mind? Is religion poison?
It's a trap. It's a trap. Because you don't have nothing in between you and your creator. You have direct connection. Everything in creation, when you come into being, you given at that moment everything you ever needed to thrive and survive. That's it. You didn't have to be taught this shit. You don't have to teach that ant to be a damn ant. That's right. He's pre-coded. Why do we need instructions on how to be who we supposed to be? That's a very serious question. Nothing in nature needs instructions to be what it's supposed to be. You better think about that.
You got choice though. Choice is where it get compromised. What you feel about so knowing that people got choice. Do you feel that religion, spirituality, because most people, even though you got it, what are they gonna feel that's gonna keep them from doing the wrong thing or what we would consider wrong? What's gonna guide them?
Well, you know what? I ain't telling people to give up because see, that's the trap. That's the cheese on the trap to make you think that knowledge originated with that particular religion or book. We had that knowledge back in Africa. And so a lot of people think that by giving up God, that means giving up good practice. We had that shit long before they was attached to them religions. So just by you gonna still come into that same, look at us. Ain't nobody out here claiming to be of no particular religion. We ain't jumping on nobody. And I'm not saying it's because of the goddamn 10 Commandments that I'm not doing it. I ain't thinking about no goddamn 10 Commandments. It's innately in us to act righteous. You don't have to be taught that. If you leave black people alone, they automatically go to doing righteous things. That's why they keep these motherfucking hook police down here, keeping this bullshit going on. That's why they do that shit.
You guys said about this cracker being, do you think is in him to be righteous?
Ain't no goddamn crackers is in here for power. We gotta quit equating spirituality with crackers. They don't even deal with spirituality. That ain't even a part of they. So when we think of a spiritual, they don't even think about spirituality. White man think about power. That's all the fuck the white man think about is power. You understand what I'm saying? And they run in America like niggas run tracks. You see what I'm saying? This a dope house. Y'all niggas want to use emotional rules and shit for a motherfucking killer. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying, if you really affecting the white man in the right way, he gonna come see your ass.
So
he gonna come see you, nigga.
So what is it gonna take for us to get out of this?
He talking too vulgar. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna skip that.
There's a new trending rapper named Ken Carson, and he is nothing short of demonic. His new song Fighting My Demons is going viral, and you can literally see him getting possessed here, and it also shows in his concerts. The backdrop is always this visual of like souls trying to escape. I don't know how else you describe that, but that's just what it looks like to me. And just listen to him during his concert. He just screams the whole time.
Alexa, was Oprah arrested in Switzerland?
From AsiaOne.com. Arrested in Zurich on Wednesday.
They didn't got her all my life. I had to fight looking ass. I'm just saying.
Listen.
So everybody knows Jeffrey Epstein, right? In case you haven't, let me jog your memory.
This celebrity sold her soul and begs and pleads for it back.
You know, realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed
She just admits it.
my soul to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. I sold my soul to the motherfucking devil, and I done prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed.
You can't cry, no.
It's just like,
Already did it.
I don't know if God can get me out of this, you know, and it's just like to the point where I don't even know, like I can't. I just want to say I'm sorry to my fans. I know y'all love me. I know y'all believe in me, but
See, selling your soul to the devil is a real thing. And when you see celebrities joking about it, they're not joking. They're being super serious.
I didn't know what I was doing back then, and I lost passion. I don't even believe that. I don't even believe in myself no more because of what I did. I did not know the game was like this. And I'm just ready to go.
What did he do to do that though? What was he using?
在户外用这款30瓦光纤的给大鱼雕刻一块石头。大鱼呢喜欢招财进宝的这个图案，现在我们给它雕刻。这块鹅卵石呢就大鱼随手捡的，不过形状非常不错。雕刻这样
That's interesting.
这是第一遍的一个效果。石头呢雕刻遍数越多，深度越深。这款呢不仅雕刻石头，雕刻金属、塑料、陶瓷、皮革都是可以的。
That's cool.
做一些创业摆摊、私人定制、线上都没问题。轮廓呢也是非常明显。我们看一下雕刻完成的深度呢，大约是1.5毫米左右。
Trying to get everything, huh?
You know, it's very important.
Let's get that.
quantum locking. The superconductor is locked in space, and it stays wherever I put it. You see, this is quantum trapping.
It's amazing.
As long as it's
so the
cold,
it's superconducting. It's frozen with liquid nitrogen.
Upside down.
Right.
And it stays locked.
Wow. So it's actually floating above the surface.
Yeah, it's not floating. It's locked above the surface.
So it could you could tilt it at an angle and it would still fly around.
Like this, and it will just go around like this. Because I go and put it at different height, and then like this.
And lock it at the height.
Lock it, yeah, different height, different configuration.
Right.
And I can even lock it at.
I'm gonna end it off right here, man. We did three hours worth of TikTok reactions. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off on that note. I hope you guys took something from it, you learned something new. But we're gonna go ahead and end it off right there, man. Good 3 hours, you know. Appreciate you guys staying this long if you have. Sending peace, abundance, prosperity, good health equals, you know, wealth, man. And don't forget to get your fruit today. I don't care what you had to eat today, it doesn't matter. Make sure you get you a fruit in for today. All right, with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.